Yo, it's good, y'all. Welcome back, bro. How y'all feeling?
Chilling, bro.
Chilling.
Good evening.
Trying to get this slandering going, but now we're gonna get to that later. But going on, of course, Chiefs Bills in the controversy fashion.
Thanks.
Three things to discuss. I'll start off with you, Trey. What a refs correct for making that right call?
Yes and no. So, yeah, in that moment, I get it. People don't like it. Yeah, dude is over the ball. I get it. Like, he's clearly offside. The issue that I have is, like it was pointed out yesterday, that video, if you did not call it the whole game and you saw it the whole game, didn't flag it every time you saw it, but you waited till a final play that literally changed momentum of the game at the very end, and now you want to throw the flag. I don't like that. That's ugly. But if we being honest, the bigger issue here is the fact that we're talking about the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes losing a game because they could not score more than 20 points. That in and of itself is a huge problem. Like, that's the real issue here. We can talk about the flag and all the other crap till we blue in the face. At the end of the day, this is about the fact that, one, you do miss Tyreek Hill a little bit, but what you really miss a lot is Eric Bieniemy. That's what you miss.
Thanks.
This isn't the first time he's played without great weapons. This is, however, the first time he's played without great weapons and did not have the guy who was designing plays week in, week out, helping Andy Reid really maximize what little talent you had outside of you, Travis Kelce, and whoever else they had out there for the week. That's the real issue here, is whatever's going on scheme-wise is not getting it done, and it's forcing a bunch of guys who can't win their one-on-one matchups to be put in situations where the only way they're going to make a play is that they win one-on-one matchups, and they're clearly not talented to do it.
Here,
it was the right call. I don't know why Mahomes got so mad. Like, he was clearly offsides, like, blatantly. But at the end of the day, like, as Trey said, at this point in time, most games you're not going to win with only scoring 17 points in a game. Like, most games in this day and age in NFL. Eric Bieniemy, I didn't realize how much value he had to this team compared to compared. How am I trying to say this? I didn't realize how much value he had compared to Andy Reid. I thought Andy Reid was had more value. So, the Chiefs are definitely in trouble. So,
champ.
My bad.
Good.
Yeah, number one, I don't think he's whining so much about the call, piggyback on Trey, is consistency. Give me the consistency that we need. If people have been out, it's kind of like, let's equate this. It's kind of like everybody eats snacks all day, but you get in trouble for eating the last one. That's kind of silly, don't you think? So it's like, and everybody can relate to that. That's why y'all laughing. So it's like, what we want from these refs is consistency. And not to mention, we've been having problems with these referees all year long, man. Let's just not get it twisted. We have been having questionable calls with these refs all year long. Okay? It's been questionable call after questionable call. It's been more rumors coming out that the NFL is kind of fixed at this point because of these refs. And it's just starting to get ridiculous that these refs are making these calls. And it's like, it's getting to the point where it's like, you know, a bad one is going to come at the most inopportunistic time. It's like, I know at the end of this game, I'm going to have this call going on. So I better prepare myself in order to be ahead so that this call doesn't go against me. Second thing, the Chiefs scoring only 21 points, that is, can we say anomaly? The last, especially consider how big the high-powered offense has been the past couple of years. But this year, they can't seem to put up their points like they used to. And if you really want to be honest, every last one of y'all have played sports before. Every last one of you. I don't care what level. Some levels are higher than others. You know, it doesn't all come down to one play. And you cannot, and the coach will always tell you what, you cannot leave it where? In the official.
In the hands of the refs.
You cannot leave it in the hands of the refs. Whether that be boxing, in my case, whether that be football in Trey's case, whether that be anything in anybody's case, you can't leave it in the official hand. In the great words of Marvin Hagler, you got to let these be your judge.
Yep.
So that's how it got to be.
Go ahead, Manny.
Yeah, the Chiefs, man, they're really like in trouble, like receiver wise, but the call wise, I'm not mad at it. You know, I just thought they should have been more consistent with it. You know, throughout the game, I feel like sometimes there was. I understand, like with a receiver though playing, and you're supposed to check with the ref. I understand you're supposed to check with the ref, but you know, at the end of the day, if it was a call, it was a call. But if you notice, the thing with the Chiefs is they're losing because of the little things. They're losing because of little things, man. You notice these last couple games, the Scantling drop, the PI call with the Green Bay game, and then you got this game. You know, it's the little things, and I think that's what Eric Bieniemy brought to the team. He fixed the little things, and yeah, that's where I stand on the Chiefs.
Young.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the call because if you haven't, like Trey said, if you haven't called it all game, don't call it with the game on the line. That's when you want to not call anything really. My real problem is with not a problem. I think Patrick Mahomes kind of blew up just to take the heat off of Tony, because I don't see, like, to me, if Patrick Mahomes throws a pick in that same situation, do you think he's blowing up like that?
Nope.
No, he's not. He's mad about the outcome of that play getting called back, and because of Tony, who he seems to be the culprit of a lot of the issues that have been happening a lot. Now, you got Scantling, but I mean, from game one, drop pass, pick six, drop pass, they lost. A lot of the issues are from him. So I think Mahomes really, that was just kind of took him over the hill, the straw that broke the camel's back on why he was really mad. And he just kind of blaming the rest for it. But I don't like the call just because, again, it's that those kind of calls change games, and it's nothing that affected the play, in my opinion. Him being offside versus him being 3 or 4 inches back wouldn't have changed the outcome of the play, so don't call it in that crunch time. That's how I feel about it. Now, PI, that's different. Like PIs and hold and all that, I get it. But those pre-snap ones like that is just let it go. Talk to him after. Be like, hey, you're offside. I let one go. Fix it. That's it.
All right, Cowboy. Do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree with Young, because at the end of the day, like, if he didn't get called for that offsides, would anybody be complaining like, oh, he was offsides? Like, would anybody have noticed if that was the case?
No.
So, yeah, I mean, he was spot on. But overall, I mean, look, I think that the way the Chiefs built this team, they're way too reliant on their quarterback, and I think it's starting to bite them. And because of that, I think Patrick Mahomes understands that this year might not be their year this year for the Chiefs, because I just look at their roster and I'm just not impressed outside of Patrick Mahomes, and they have a pretty solid defense as well. I think the reason why he was so frustrated is because he knows that, you know, this is going to continue to happen. Like, they're going to continue to lose games because they're just not adequate at the receiver position.
All right, bet. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, and he's gonna get it. I'm gonna let him rock. I'm gonna let him walk. Cause usually I give niggas to tell come outside, but it's like the 4th game in a row Patrick Mahomes has not gotten done like this last 2 minutes of the game. It's like the 4th game in a row. And we know damn well if this was any other quarterback, he getting
You already know.
You already know what you about to get. But I'm gonna let him rock. I'm gonna let him rock, because there's been some shit that wasn't his fault, like the MVS drop, like all this other shit that's been going on. So I'm gonna let him rock. But like, yeah, like at some point, bro, we gonna need to see it, bro. Like 4 games in a row, G. 4. God damn, bro, that shit.
And it's the front office's fault too. Like, we talked about it in a couple of weeks. You can't, like, I always say, if Sky Moore is George Pickens, because they passed up on him for Sky Moore, and you change just that, I think this looks completely different. The real issue they're missing on the guys who they have to hit on. Sky Moore, you have to hit on him. Rashee Rice, he's good. He's just young and he makes dumb mistakes as a rookie's gonna do.
Well,
But you
Do y'all?
well, I think Andy Reid
Go ahead.
can. I think Andy Reid's problem thing, sort of like the Chiefs, is that they think they can draft anybody and it can work. You know?
But see, here's the thing, though. That's always been Andy Reid's thing, though. He has always devalued the wide receiver position.
Yep.
Fact.
And it's coming back to bite him just because now in the age where receivers are dominating, you can't miss at that position. You can't have no weapons. That's one of the reasons Brady left New England in the first place.
But the thing
You
is,
can't go out there trotting Julian Edelman on his last strings, and that's your best. That's your best.
You can't.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
You're going up
but
against the big.
piggybacking on that, that's the same problem that he had with Donovan McNabb up there in Philadelphia. He had Stinkston and Trash up there on the bookends on the side, and that's the reason why they couldn't go to an NFC championship. And outside of that, I want to ask the entire panel a question. Do y'all think that this year they have been just as reliant on Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City as they are with Josh Allen in Buffalo?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I think that's a problem.
Yep.
Like,
I'm gonna be honest. I think they rely on Josh Allen more than Mahomes because at least Mahomes' defense is a top tier defense. Josh Allen's defense.
But the problem to me is Pacheco is like that, bro. Like he run hard. Like I don't understand why they don't use Pacheco.
So this is the thing. As much as I love Pacheco, and don't get me wrong, love Pacheco. Great story. We love him. He runs hard. He's a bit of an inefficient runner in terms of his movement and how frantic
was, yeah.
But that same kind of frantic running style, we love it because it's so fun to watch and because, quite frankly, it's what makes him hard to tackle. The issue with that is he runs a lot harder than what his body can withstand. And that's one of the reasons why you see him hurt. Like, he's constantly nicked up because he runs so damn hard, but he's not Marshawn Lynch size.
Yeah.
He has that same kind of play style and that same kind of frantic running style. I'm all over the place. It doesn't look like I'm running. It really looks like I'm fighting with a ball in my hand. Like, that's cool and it's fun and we enjoy it. But your ass is only going to play about 12 games a year. Like, if you not 225, like you
I never thought Pacheco was a number one running back.
I don't think
he's a complimentary guy. I
don't think he.
Yeah.
I think he runs hard. I think they could utilize him way more than they do.
I think he should. I think he can and should be used more than what he is. I think the main issue is one, his health, and two, it's always been an Andy Reid thing, which is why every time we have talked about the Chiefs this year, I have brought up Eric Bieniemy because people also forget one of the main reasons why him and Tyreek Hill were so close is that was his coach because he was a running backs coach coming into the NFL. He was one of the main guys that made sure when Andy Reid got in his little West Coast mode and got a little too pass happy, and it was, hey, it's okay. Technically, this swing route that I'm about to call, or this Texas route that I'm about to carry. No
extension of the run play. Or
hey, stop trying to be cute. Turn around, hand that thing off the 10, and just let him go.
Yep.
Like, just do that, coach. Okay, EB, I'll do it. Like that, they're missing that.
Yeah, and that's every coach has like that one flaw that they're so great. Sometimes we overlook it, but in times like this is when you're like, it gets exposed. Like to me, Kyle Shanahan, I love Kyle Shanahan. His flaw is he thinks like, I'm gonna be honest, I like Brock Purdy, but I would never bet Brock Purdy to win a Super Bowl because of who he is as a quarterback. Just
mad. You're making me mad.
Like, that's Kyle Shanahan's issue is he thinks he can get away with playing any quarterback in his system. He's hard-headed with his system. Andy Reid, same thing.
But hasn't that system been proven to work with any quarterback? If you really want me to be honest,
to win the championship, no. To win a championship, it hasn't.
Say it does in the regular season, but the thing that always worries me about a guy like Kyle Shanahan is the fact that I have seen you at multiple stops get high-end talent And for whatever reason, that young high-end talent always leaves you worse than it was before.
Yep.
Like, you break expensive toys. Like, no funny shit. Like you had RG3, you broke him. Like, straight up and down. You had Trey Lance. I didn't personally, I probably wouldn't spend the money on that toy. But it's an expensive toy nonetheless. You're broken. But somehow you can get all these other cheap dollar store these other dollar store toys can entertain you. You can get Nick Mullins to look comparable. Like, you can get Jimmy G to thug it out. You can get Brock Purdy to do the thing, but all the guys with the supreme talent, they somehow don't work. I'm starting to wonder.
I got a question for you guys. Do you think that the Chiefs dynasty is starting to come to an end?
Oh, it's
It was
been.
never-
It's over. It's over.
It was never a dynasty.
It was never a
It
dynasty.
was never really a dynasty, but also, do I think their window is closing? No, not at all. Because one, Patrick Mahomes is still young. Also, two, this defense, it's really good. Also, for the most part, with the exception of Chris Jones,
It's young.
still really young.
He's not even 32.
Yeah, he's a defensive tackle. He's a
Is
defensive
Chris Jones going to be there next year, though?
I don't
This is his
know.
last year,
Yeah, I
right?
think so.
Okay,
I think they'll figure something out.
Yeah.
The money's going, and that's why I don't think the dynasty's over, because they're building it the right way. They're just missing on
I was
pace.
just about to
Like,
say,
This draft is deep. They could draft somebody.
The way you build a team, like Mahomes in his rookie deal, you get him all the weapons, all the toys, let him ball out. Okay, you got used to it. You're in year 5, year 6. Now we got to pay you this big money. We're going to have to cut back on these weapons because you're great, and we're going to have to get cheap. They got cheap on defense. They let a lot of guys walk throughout the years. They've let corners walk. They've let receivers walk. That's what you have to do. That's what happens. And now, Mahomes'
Defense
money,
pays out.
Mahomes' money now, when it was then, it's not as high as when they first signed it. So the money's going to start coming back. They just have to hit on the receivers, which that's the problem. They got to start.
Hey,
I think they're building it correct. They're just missing.
No, that's the thing
I-
I've said about Brenton Veach forever. As much as I think he is a great GM and I think he's done a really good job, he cannot hit on a wide receiver, whether it's the draft or free agency. Sky Moore, miss. MBS contract, miss. I mean, Kadarius Toney, Marcus Robinson, Kadarius Toney trade. They're all misses. The only reliable one he's hit over the last 5 years was
Juju.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Juju was a bit of a hit, and then Rasheed Rice has looked good, and then he got some miracle, just so happened to find Tyreek Hill in the 6th round. That was a miracle. That's probably never going to happen again.
I want to bounce off what Young said because, I feel like when general managers and front offices say, hey, we're paying you this money now, you need to do more with less. I feel like that's an excuse for bad drafting. You know what I'm saying?
The reason I said the money was more so you can't pay Tyreek Hill $30 million and keep Joe Tooney on a high contract. Keep Creed Humphrey.
Yeah.
You can't pay.
I'd rather pay the O-line than pay the receiving core, though.
Yeah, and that's what I think they're realizing, especially with Burrow and a lot of these quarterbacks. If you can protect your quarterback and your quarterback's great, he should be able to elevate a little bit. We saw Mahomes elevate guys last year.
Yes.
I think
you can't.
And I think the Chiefs attacked it. I think real quick, I don't want you to go. And I think the Chiefs attacked it better than anybody because what they knew was get interior protection, and Mahomes is going to be fine. He doesn't need the best tackles. I mean, heck, last year the Chiefs tackle duo allowed more pressures than anyone in the league. And as far as tackle duos go, and they still won the Super Bowl. But the reason that O-line was so good was because they had their top 2 center and they had 2 top 10 guards. Get those guys, pay those guys, and tackles are – and listen, tackles are more valuable, obviously, in general, because, you can get a blindside protector. I mean, good Lord, what that can do for an offense. But the Chiefs learn Mahomes doesn't need the best tacklers. Get him interior protection, and then he'll be okay.
Yeah, but see, the thing, my thing with the Chiefs receiving core is, it's not even it's top 15. It's bottom of the league. If you give him what Trevor Lawrence has in Jacksonville, I at least think that they have a competent offense. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I agree.
Great offense. What?
Hey, listen, you got to think too, though, if you pay, because you're paying Christian Kirk money. Everybody in the Chiefs receiving room is cheap, dirt cheap.
Yeah.
They're like
Only
rookie
real
deals.
difference is you have Juju and you win a Super Bowl. Now you don't have Juju. Like, it doesn't have to be top
What a
tier. It just
wild
needs to be
sentence.
I was about to say, look, at the end of
What a
the day,
wild
that's
sentence.
at the end of the day, we're not asking Brett Veach or anybody in that front office to go break the bank for a receiver. But
No.
what they have to do is get people who can actually do the job.
Yep.
Kadarius
This is the
Toney-
draft to do it, dude. This is the draft to do it. If you don't hit on a receiver in this draft, I don't know what to say.
If
Like,
you
this is
don't,
the best
believe-
receiver draft
the same,
in years.
bro, it's the same thing with the Bills. If you don't hit on a receiver, you're cooked. That's
Yeah,
just what
I-
They hit on King
I
K,
think
though.
that they-
That
I
was good.
truly
At least they hit
think
on
they
King
know
K.
that.
At least they
I
hit on
just
King K.
think they know that, though. I think
I'm
they
saying-
know that, which is why they're fine with it.
exactly. That's
Do
what
y'all
I'm saying.
think that DK Metcalf is the possibility of him going to the Chiefs?
Yeah,
No.
real quick. Yeah, no. Right. Not
What
every
about
receiver-
Mike Evans?
I think
Unless
I'm-
Mike Evans takes a cheap deal, I don't
What I'm
think they're
saying
going to
is-
go
I'm
after
saying
a
it
wide
now,
receiver
bro.
in free
Bro,
agency.
They should have got D-Hop. They sold.
I'm gonna say, yeah, facts. I'm gonna say
They
this now.
do.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that nigga later because this big headed ass nigga that's in the top middle was talking crazy about that nigga. Anyways,
I said what I said.
shut up.
No, and I'm
Shut
not
up.
going to shut up.
Shut up, nigga. Shut up.
No.
Shut up.
No.
Anyways, I'm gonna say this now because I really feel like the reason why the Bills ain't been successful ain't because of Josh Allen, it's because of that front office. They haven't put out a solid wide receiver too. You got fooled OD by that Gabe Davis game when he went for 295, 4 TDs.
Mhm.
This is the perfect draft ticket. I swear to God, they can get Rome, Keon, Malik, Xavier Leggett, AD
Don't let
Mitchell.
them get a Mooka.
Get
No.
any wide receiver too. I
Bro,
swear to, I'm guaranteeing.
But that's
Hey,
so
they might need to get a wide
Buffalo-
receiver one though. It's Stephon Diggs staying in Buffalo.
If they get, any
Oh,
wide
I
receiver
thought you was
too,
gonna
they
say
going
some
to
crazy
Super Bowl.
shit.
If they
Yeah,
get
we
any
don't
wide
know.
receiver, they going to a Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
we don't know if Diggs is going to stay, too.
What? You crazy? Diggs stays
I
with
think
Josh
Diggs is.
Allen,
I think
bro.
Diggs is staying because Diggs got a good ass relationship with Josh Allen.
I'm not
Like,
gonna lie,
I
Josh.
think
I'm
Diggs
not
doesn't
gonna lie.
like McDermott. Diggs
I
is
think
not
Sean
like
McDermott-
Sean
Listen, you're gonna have to
Diggs
deal
will
with a
leave.
little bit of drama from
But
Diggs.
that's so uncharacteristic of the Bills to be missing on the wide receiver position in the draft, considering their history is so good with drafting wide receivers.
But-
You know,
that's the thing. This is people have to remember that the Buffalo Bills are Carolina North. That is what they are. And if we look at the history, if we look at the history of wide receiver drafting in Carolina, it has been Steve Smith and who else? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Greg
Thank
Olsen.
DJ Moore.
Nah, DJ Moore's good.
Those are the two
Yeah,
best.
DJ Moore's good.
Marshall Muhammad. Marshall Muhammad was
I'm about to
pretty
say Musin, freaking who else? My guy KC, Kerry Colby.
It was a hit.
Yeah.
Was Khalil Shakir a hit? I don't know if the Kelvin
Yo, did Trey
Benjamin in
just cook
chat.
himself? Did Trey just cook himself?
let's move it on. No, let's move it on.
Kelvin Benjamin was good for a
Hey, let's
minute.
move it on.
No, as long as
Kelvin
folks
Benjamin,
breathing
that's
on for
awesome.
don't bring up Kelvin Benjamin name.
Yeah, facts. But hey,
Hey, rookie Kelvin Benjamin was
real
good.
quick.
Rookie
let's
Kelvin
move on.
Benjamin was very good.
Yeah,
facts.
and then he showed up to camp 270, fat head.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Wow.
But what's his name?
Say what?
Yo, let's move it on. You know, I'm about to give my boy. I'm gonna give my boy the floor because what Skip Bayless be saying? How about them damn Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? Cowboys beat. So let me ask you this. I'm gonna give you the floor. Is Dak Prescott? Hear me out. If that is Dak Prescott, the clear cut MVP, you got it.
I would say he's the MVP. I don't think it's like clear cut. To me, he's got to go 2-1 in these next 3 games
nice setup,
at
bro.
minimum. Appreciate you. Yeah, he's got to beat the Bills, Miami, and the Lions. Two of those 3 teams, if not 3 of those 3 teams. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. That Eagles game, like watching that game back, I don't even think Dak played as good as everybody says that he played. I think he had a good game the other day, but like people are saying MVP after that game. I don't think that was necessarily the game to do it. I think that Seattle game was his MVP case, to be honest with you.
Washington. Too.
Washington was another really good game as well. But yeah, I mean, I would say that it's very fair to say that he should be the favorite right now. Look, I understand what Tyreek Hill's doing in Miami is fantastic. And honestly, I think that he might have strengthened his MVP case last night.
Right.
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that later.
Oh my God, please.
But at the end of the day,
Why and Tua?
we're not going to be voting on it. Like Emmanuel Acho and all them are going to be voting on it. And they look at the quarterback position and they're going to vote for the quarterback with the best season. I mean, it just is what it is. Like Tyreek Hill is going to get votes, no doubt about it. And it's going to be crazy that Tyreek Hill is going to get more MVP votes than Russell Wilson ever has. But that's besides the point.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
We're talking about a Hall of Famer. Come on, man.
I just had to throw that out there. It just came into my mind. But yeah, I don't think he's a clear cut. But you know, if he goes 3-0 in these next 3 games against Buffalo and Miami on the road, and then the Lions at home, yeah, he'll be the clear cut favorite. And he balls out in those games, no doubt about it.
I agree.
But I think he has to at least go 2-1. At least go 2-1.
Oh, 100%.
One thing though, I think I was talking about it earlier. Don't sleep on Lamar Jackson, because what he has coming up, if he balls out, listen, if they got 4 games.
Brock Purdy's winning MVP, bro.
No, if they got 4,
if that happens, I might.
I got Brock Purdy winning MVP.
Listen, this who Lamar plays next. He got Jacksonville. He has to go to San Fran on Christmas night. Y'all know if Lamar goes crazy on San Fran,
it's gonna be bad. He won it. That might be locked. That
could be an issue.
Mookie's gonna be in protective services or something. You ain't gonna see him for years.
Then he comes out and plays the next week. He has to play Miami. So, and that could be for the 1 seed. I don't know if it is. It could.
That's
be.
a revenge game for
those
last year.
kind of
He
games.
definitely loses one of those games.
I think he loses that 49ers game.
If he wins,
the Niners game is one.
I think if he wins all 3 and he's playing well, don't be surprised, because they love to give it to the best team in the league. If Philly wins out, the Cowboys are a 5 seed.
Oh, Jalen Hurts is coach. But
I wouldn't say they always do that though. Like you could look.
But I'm gonna say this though.
Let me counter that.
Chiefs weren't the best team in the league.
Let me counter that. Let me get that real quick.
Away with the MVP.
Yeah, one mic real quick. Go ahead, Cowboy. Go ahead.
So here's my thing. If the Cowboys win 13 games and the Eagles win 14 games, like, yes, I understand that they didn't finish first in their division, but they still won 13 games at the end of the day.
Yeah, facts.
No,
like they'll be tied for the second best record in the league.
It might be the best 5th seed of all time, to be honest.
But what I was gonna say,
it might be. Yeah,
I think Brock Purdy really got a shot, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, of course he does.
I think Brock Purdy really got a shot. And the fact is, the NFL, what do they love? They love a storyline, bro. The last pick in the NFL draft to come win it. Like, I'm being dead serious, bro. If you look in the eyes of the voters, if you look in the eyes of the voters, he at the end of the day, they're gonna look at it. He's the quarterback. They beat the Eagles and they beat the Cowboys convincingly.
They gave Tom Brady. This is the thing of why I do think Purdy isn't gonna win it. They gave Tom Brady the tax a few years ago of, he had a super team and put up crazy numbers, but Rodgers was just better. Just simple as that. And I think it's the same thing this year. You know, Purdy's putting up great numbers, and he's putting on a great team.
Rodgers was the one,
and Rodgers was the 1 seed. I do understand that.
That's why.
I could also throw out the fact that the Eagles were clearly the best team in the NFL last year in the regular season, but Mahomes ran away with the MVP. And even if Hurts plays those games, he probably still wins the MVP.
And also, if Hurts plays, I think he doesn't win it.
I think
Hurts plays. He that's
the season too.
I think he won because Hurts got hurt. And
I think they would have given it to Mahomes either way.
That's at the crib. If Hurts don't get hurt,
real quick,
I'll
Aaron,
talk about
young
Lamar.
Isn't that the same? Isn't that the same year young where Aaron Rodgers had that one bad game compared to Brady? He went like on a stint where like he was not playing good.
Bro, Aaron Rodgers went like 43-4, bro.
Yeah, so that's why they gave it to him.
I think
he was the 1 seed, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. Last year had the 1 seed.
I'm sorry. If the Eagles go and win out, and the Cowboys win out, whatever, and the Eagles have one more win, you're not telling me Jalen Hurts is the MVP over Dak.
No.
And they're not going to win out either. We'll talk about that.
Get the 1 seed is Brock Purdy's getting MVP.
I think Dak is the leader right now, though. I do think so. I think Tyreek.
I think Dak and Tyreek are the only dudes who I think have.
Brock Purdy played good the last 2 games. Bro.
Like, do y'all think for real, like, this is one of those quarterback, and I'll go back, and y'all probably don't remember this one. I remember back in 2002, there was a lot more candidates for the MVP. There were a lot more deserving candidates for the MVP than
Rich Gannon
and the quarterback position, but yet Rich Gannon won it. Do you think this is another year like that?
Yeah, you could argue like years in the past. You could probably argue 2017 as well. I mean, like You could probably argue that MVP
Who won
year
that
for
year
Brady
for
wasn't. That was Brady.
Brady.
That was Brady. And the thing is Brady wouldn't have won it. Like we talked about, Hurts would have won the MVP if he didn't get hurt.
Wentz would have
You
won.
could,
it. Wentz
you could
would've
argue
won it.
that whether that's true or not. Wentz would have won it
Yeah,
if he did
facts.
not get hurt. He was going to run
Hey,
away with it.
One thing I will say is though, like I do think he ends up winning MVP because I think he's going to go stupid these next few games, and we might need to have conversations about Mike McCarthy being coach of the year. That's all I got to say.
That's
No, hell no.
I think
no.
Shane
Over
Absolutely.
D'Amico Ryan.
Hell,
Over D'Amico Ryan.
No, I said
D'Amico isn't even the favorite.
conversations.
D'Amico's not the
I'm
favorite.
not
I know,
saying.
but he's not
I'm
even
not
over
saying-
D'Amico. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
He's not even over
conversation.
D'Amico.
Okay.
The favorite.
Yeah,
the favorite-
conversations
Yeah, but,
because
like,
I think coach of the year should be unanimous with Shane Steichen.
Yeah,
Unanimous.
especially
he's
now
been
that
doing?
CJ's hurt.
Dude, he doesn't
I'm
have
not-
CJ Stroud. He has Gardner Minshew.
Yeah,
I know.
facts.
The Colts were
Respect
supposed to be
Gardner
one of the
Minshew,
worst
Johnny.
teams in the league this year.
Do you think? I think
Gardner
Kevin
Minshew stinks.
Stefanski
Stop
deserves
talking. Gardner Minshew
a
stinks.
nod.
Yo,
for coach of the year.
who was better on the Jaguars in their rookie year? Trevor
Can
Lawrence.
you
or
kick this
Gardner?
kid? Can you kick this kid? please?
Shut up. Shut up.
yo, Austin Eckler's a top 5 running back.
W.
Yeah, that's it. It's crazy because now
Austin Eckler's the most pure runner of the football.
now-
Bro, ever since he said that, Austin Eckler went like this.
It's crazy now. Austin Eckler is now sharing carries with Joshua Kelly.
And Isaiah Spiller.
Who's also, by the way, not
Bro saw the future.
So also now speaking of
the future.
now let's talk about we talked about the Cowboys. Let's talk about the other team, Eagles. We got destroyed back-to-back weeks. Is it time to start looking at the Eagles as they overrated? I'll
Yes.
start
No.
with Trey.
No.
I'll
Yes.
start with Trey.
Well, what
I say no.
depends
I
on
say
where
no.
they're rated.
Well, it depends who you
What?
ask. It depends who you ask.
What?
Can I
I'm
give
not
my
gonna
reason?
lie. I've
Bro,
been
let me
seeing
go, bro,
these
please.
issues. The Eagles have. Me and Trey have said they've had these issues since week 2, week 3. The offense has not looked the same. Now they were winning games and getting by. That's what happens when you have a lot of talent. But
I think-
as you're seeing, it's catching up to them. But these issues that people are acting like, oh my goodness, they've had these issues all year.
I have a question. Is Jalen Hurts hurt?
No.
Actually?
I don't know. No.
Nah. Yeah.
It's about
See,
what I was
Every
here's the
quarterback
thing.
is
what
hurt,
I was gonna
dude.
say-
Every single one of them's hurt.
the thing that's really to me I mean the
Ball.
offense hasn't really looked the same, but the thing to me that's really killing the Eagles is that past that D line, that defense
Terrible.
is
That's how it was
terrible.
last year.
Dude,
Absolutely
they are
terrible.
missing
Last
those
year.
linebackers.
And
Linebackers
even
look bad.
that
They
D
tried to bring
line's
White-
starting
they
to
tried
fade.
come and bring Byard in. They thought that was gonna work. No, it can't. Not really.
Well, it's
You know,
work. but
you
it
got
hasn't-
Rabbit. I think they need to move Slay up top. I think
Well, I
they need to
think
move to
Byard's
safety.
not
I really
enough.
feel like Slay should go play safety. I'm not gonna lie.
I
to you.
think
Bradbury-
Byard's enough.
Shit,
Bradbury's-
that defense is bad.
It was bad last
Hey,
year.
It's
hey,
Is it a
Young.
possibility they're missing Jonathan Gannon? I'm just asking.
Hey,
they're
they are.
they're missing CJ
I'm
Gardner
just
Johnson.
asking.
Now wait, hold on. Let me ask this question now because I meant to say this on the show. So I'm not saying y'all. No, I'm not saying that y'all saying this, but for the party people that think that Josh Allen, was a Brian Daboll merchant and this and that, right? Are y'all gonna start saying that Jalen Hurts might be a Shane Steichen merchant?
Facts.
I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking the question because it's looking like Jalen Hurts, them turnovers starting to come over OD. He don't look like the same from last year.
But Trip,
People
me and you were
always
saying
try
that
to-
at the beginning
He's
of the
looking
year.
like Seneca Wallace. Keep it a
Me and
buck.
you were saying about the turnovers at the beginning of the year on Brandon show. Remember that?
Hey, hold
Me
on.
and you was talking about that at the beginning of the year.
No, wait. Slow down.
He's trolling.
Somebody-
He's trolling.
I was about to say somebody
He's
needs
trolling.
somebody
Dude.
needs to go get the whistle,
I'm
bro.
letting you know right now he's
What
not
he do?
trolling.
Go
What he do?
Hey,
I said he's
Trey,
looking like
he's not
Seneca
trolling.
Wallace
Trey, he's
got
not
Shane
trolling.
Here's-
Steichen.
What happened? Wait,
That
talking about?
boy
Hey.
Jalen Hurts looks like Seneca
He's
Wallace.
not trolling, bro.
Hey, I do want to say this though about the Eagles, right? Like I think it was my junior year. We played this. We played the school that had 30 players on their team because they were such a small school and they weren't very good, and we only beat them by like a few points. We were in the film room watching it, and our coach said was killing us. And somebody said in the room, "Coach, we won. What else do you want?" And he said, "All right, you won. That doesn't change the fact that you played like shit this game." And that was the same thing with the Eagles. They've been playing like shit in some of these games, and they pulled it out of their ass. And I knew that wasn't sustainable going down the stretch here. I saw the flaws in their offense. More so, I think it's kind of some of the stuff that their coaching staff's doing on the offensive side of the ball. Defense, though, there is no scheming around that. That is a terrible defense. They're old. They're slow. They're gonna. I'm telling you this right now. They might go 2-2 in these last 4 games.
Who they play?
Like,
the last two games? I think they play Washington.
Well,
again?
they're beating
They play Washington
Arizona
again?
because they
Oh,
were.
they
No,
play
well,
Washington
you want to
again.
know what? Hey, Donnie, hear me out on this. Hear me out. Who's Arizona's head coach?
Oh, the
Gannon.
offensive coordinator.
Jonathan
defensive
Gannon, bitch.
Jonathan Gannon. He
knows the
got
ball defense.
he got
Let him finish. Go ahead.
he got killed in the Philadelphia media. The fans hated Jonathan Gannon. That man and his team are going to play their ass off that game. And I think that they have some matchups there that could cause Philly some problems. Like I said, that is a defense that is old and slow on the back
James
end.
Conner going.
Hey, what do the Cardinals have? Is Hollywood Brown, Rondell Moore, those
James
guys?
Conner. James Conner.
They're healthy. They're still playing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They got some speed at receiver. They got some speed at receiver. So I'm not saying they're going to lose that game. I'm just saying that that's a very interesting game to me. I think that there could be a potential upset there.
Well, I also just want to lose that because I want Marvin Harrison Jr. So
Well, I want you guys to win that
Donnie,
because I want my
Yo,
want my
Donnie,
team
you
to win
like
the
some
division.
shit
that's fair
teams,
enough.
bro.
Fair enough. Here, expect that
Donnie
from
like some
expect that from
shit
other than
teams,
3 teams.
bro.
I'll pull out my
Manny,
Matt
what'd you say?
Liner.
Manny, what'd you say?
jersey.
Donnie, you like I'm a Jets fan, but you like some bad teams, bro. You like Iowa too. You like some bad teams.
So,
Hey,
Iowa isn't bad.
10 wins. Okay?
Iowa Cardinals, yo, I
wins.
ain't never heard that in my life.
Hey,
Yeah,
bro, so
so
I'm
I
gonna be
know we were
honest.
talking about Dak.
Go ahead, Karen.
But I think the best player on the Cowboys last night or 2 days ago was Stephon
Gilmore.
Yeah. It was Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, he put y'all.
Gilly
one of
was
the best-
sitting on AJ.
Yo,
That was
Speaking-
one of the best games I've seen for him.
If Trayvon Diggs was on the field,
Speaking of an
I'd be-
AJB Glazer, yeah, he put.
Oh man.
He put
Oh, here we go.
ain't no hate. It's not no hate. I'm just saying, bro. He put your man. He put your Lord and Savior in Rikers Island. That's all I'm saying.
Wait,
Oh yeah.
He
And he put his other bill. And hey, don't get it twisted. He put his other boot, DK Metcalf, in his seatbelt as well.
Also,
I got a question for
about
y'all.
the Eagles.
Hold on,
Go ahead,
Bland?
go ahead.
You talking about Bland?
No, I'm
also
talking about
the
Gilmore.
Eagles,
Oh, okay.
I think the Eagles, like, I thought they moved the ball downfield fine. They had 3 fumbles. Like, come on,
Yeah.
bro. Just the mental thing.
The real problem with the Eagles is they're making Jalen Hurts something that he really's not. He's not a guy that's going to drop back and just throw like
and win you the game like that.
that's not his game. He's a good thrower. He's not a top tier. Like if you see some of the throws Matthew Stafford made against the Ravens,
Oh yeah,
that's an elite guy that can throw the football. Jalen Hurts can't just drop back and just throw it like that. You got to get him in the run game. You got to get the run game involved. There's so much more to his game, kind of almost like Lamar, to where you don't want him just doing that because that's not their skill set, which that's what Philly's doing. They're just lining up and saying, hey, A.J. Brown, go win all your one-on-one. That's not his game. He's not going to win one-on-ones like that.
And my whole thing with them.
I wonder why.
Wait, hold on. Before we get off of that, somebody brought up a great point. Or matter of fact, Trent was over here being facetious with the whole Shane Steichen merchant thing. But to a degree, people need to understand that part of being a great quarterback and part of looking like one, down in and down out,
Great OC.
also having a good offensive coordinator, a good play designer who is going to give you answers when you have questions on the field. Like if you have, I don't even know who he's showing right there.
Christian Watson.
no, it's Seneca Wallace.
Seneca Wallace.
That's crazy. That is so wild. Like I get he ain't playing great, but Seneca Wallace is
Crazy.
That's wild.
These things say Matt Flynn.
That's wild.
That'd be even crazier.
Like,
And I don't even think Jalen Hurts played that bad the other night. Like he put some throws out there. He put some throws out there. Some of his receivers dropped those balls.
I'm about to say Devontae.
Nah, AJ Brown looked like a duck. That one on the sideline was a dime. He dropped that. The one on the boundary
I will
close
say-
to the end zone. Oh my god,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was a dime.
I know we say AJ Brown was like not that good, but Devontae Smith was arguably worse, to be honest.
Oh.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
He had a
means
fumble
that
and a
game.
drop as well.
He means that game. He means that game.
Yeah, but
I meant that game.
they both were equally ass. So I'm not.
Oh yeah.
My biggest thing is this. At the end of the day, the reason why I bring up the OCs whenever I talk about all these offenses, specifically that haven't been clicking this year. It's when you start talking about the play design, like I say this all the time. We talk about the guys who put up the big gaudy numbers and have great completion percentages. A lot of that is scheme dependent.
Yep.
They're giving these guys layups when they go out there and they're starting drive. They're calling specific plays that are, hey, this play right here is a catch-all. We're running this specific concept. It's got an answer for literally every defense you could call. If they play 1, you go here. If they play 2, you go here. If they play 3, you go here. If they blitz, here's the hot. Like when you have a good offensive coordinator who can call stuff like that off rip consistently, it's gonna make you look better as a player. They are missing that right now. Like, you know what I see when I see Brian Johnson's version of the Eagles offense? It's giving me shades of 2020 Florida when Dan Mullen had Kyle Trask and Kadarius Toney and Trayvon Grimes. It's a lot of seam routes. It's a lot of verticals. It's a lot of hey, we're gonna motion this guy across, screen over here. Like it's a lot of that. It's real simple. Like it's very, very simple. And it's not gonna get it done here. Like, and they're obviously not running the same offense, but he also did coach at Florida before he left. And so yeah, it's a little bit of shades of that, and there needs to be it needs a little more sauce. It needs a little more flavor. That's it.
And hey Trey, this is what I'll say to that as well. Like you can just see it like we were talking about Dak, right? You see the difference between Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy being his head coach, just those small details that they added in the offense, right? Like actually having route concepts that, can get guys open, using motion to spread a defense out. Like Dak Prescott's throwing the ball down the field more. The only difference is there's wider windows for him to throw the football into this year compared to last year.
Dude, I'm going to be honest, Cowboys, those first 4 games of Dak, they weren't even really doing it. After that Niners game, you saw them really flip. And I'm like, okay, now they're really running the offense. Those first 4 games, they weren't even really opening that offense up, kind of similar to what you're saying.
The first 2 games, it was basically the
he was
Dak got
second.
the best cadence in the game. Bullshit.
He was second in the league, second lowest in the league in average depth per target in those first 5 weeks.
Yeah. And that was a problem when you have CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks. That's an issue with those.
And Jake Ferguson as well. We need to have conversations about him, man. That boy is a problem.
That nigga a dog. That nigga a dog. Hey, well, I'm going to ask this question because, I asked the questions. I'm the damn host. So, TikTok.
Tell him,
don't kill TikTok. Don't even try to, why are we asking this question? So I'm just gonna ask the question and I'm gonna just let y'all go. Is it time to start having conversations between Jalen Hurts and Dak?
Yes.
Yeah,
they close to what people
They're closer to what people tried to make it out to be after this last season.
They were closer than what people tried to make it out to be last year. They were acting like it was a monster gap, and it never was.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Okay,
I'm gonna be honest. Jalen Hurts is always the people. He's a baby Dak Prescott.
The people were saying Dak was in the tier of Kirk and Goff were absolute morons. That was never a thing.
This is the thing when it comes to me. Like, the thing is, Dak, he plays good. He plays good in the regular season. I understand. I don't care, bro. Jalen Hurts, even though he could play bad, like when they need him to make these last couple games, he play bad. But he was really bailing them out in the last, quarters of the game and all that. And I feel like Dak, when it comes down to certain situations, Dak don't win you the game, bro. In certain situations, he don't win you the game.
Like Cowboy,
he don't win you the game.
Get him, Cowboy.
Cowboy. What you about to go ahead, Cowboy?
So you're implying that like Jalen Hurts is this great playoff quarterback?
What? Nah, I think that he gets the job done. I think when they need him to get the job done, he gets the job done.
Okay, so
in the playoffs?
In the playoffs, nah.
Okay, but see, this is kind of my problem with this like whole dialogue is like, answer me this question: 9-8 Giants team, they score 7 points. Am I supposed to be like blown away by the fact that he beat them in the divisional round?
Who?
Am I supposed to be blown away that they beat the 49ers who scored 7 points? And that game was a lot closer than people think up until like halftime.
Got hurt. Yeah,
and am I supposed like Jalen Hurts to me has had one like crazy
In the Super
playoff
Bowl,
game.
he played amazing.
Yeah,
No doubt about it. But
He
but I'm
played
just
amazing.
saying
Yeah, he did.
that's it is a very important game. But
It's
at the end of the day,
important game.
it is still one game now.
Yep.
It's the most important game now. No doubt about it. And he gets a lot of credit from me, even though he lost. He
Okay,
gets a
but
lot
look
of
at
credit from me.
Dak's span that he's had to show me that he could do that. And look at the span Jalen Hurts has
I'm
shown.
gonna be honest, Manny. You're basically saying one game has swayed you on Jalen Hurts because if you look
Yeah,
at
that's-
Jalen Hurts,
yeah.
But I like
his
What about
first year
what about
first
Jalen
year
Hurts'
starting,
first
he wasn't
year in the
great.
playoffs? Like what
What?
about Jalen? What about
Oh,
Jalen
Jalen Hurts
first
was
year in the
terrible this
playoffs?
he was terrible. He was terrible.
He was terrible.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but like so like Cowboy saying, he's beating the what a 9-8 Giants team that's not that good. He beat a hurt San Fran team.
Okay,
And
y'all
he had a
okay.
great Super Bowl. We get that. But outside of that great Super Bowl in last season, for his he's been in the league 4 years, but his first year didn't count. For his 3 starting seasons, what has Jalen Hurts really been? He's been
good.
He's had 4 playoff
was
games.
good
and
last
one
year,
of them
bro.
he
He
was
was
great
really
in.
no, he was
2
great.
years
He
ago.
was great last year.
2 years ago, he took his team to the
Manny,
playoffs,
great
right?
last
Manny,
year.
Manny.
Like, Jalen Hurts
Yeah, he
was
took his
great
team to the
last year.
playoffs despite
His
not being.
first
But
year-
they had a week
had a winning
that
record.
schedule was crazy
Okay,
weak
and what
that
has
year.
Dak played
That-
weak this
that's
year till
the
now?
only
Dak
reason-
played weak
Manny,
this year
Manny,
till
only
now.
reason he
Manny,
knows
his
Dak
first
played
year
weak
was
this
not
year till
because of
now.
easy schedule.
Manny,
You can
his
say the
first
same thing
year-
about
And then they
Dak.
got
Dak
blown away
played
by
weak this
Tampa.
year till now.
All right, Manny, I got a question.
Cowboys, Dak didn't play weak till now.
Yeah,
He didn't
go
play
ahead,
weak
go-
till now.
Weak?
Cowboy, go ahead, Bill. Make sure you make sure you mic.
Week?
The best game he played was the best team he played was the 49ers up to this Eagles game. Who did they play before that? The
Seattle.
Giants, the Jets, who
Seattle.
else they play?
Seattle.
There was Seattle. There
All right,
was
come
the
on.
Eagles. They played the Eagles
Seattle
twice.
in
They
a game
played
where
pretty
Dak
They
had
good.
to
lost
put
to the
up
Eagles. They
41
lost that game.
Seattle in a game where he had to put up 41 points to win.
But Dan Quinn used to be there. You know that. All right, cool.
Well,
Come on,
all right,
Yeah,
Manny,
yeah,
Manny,
yeah.
answer me this question. Manny, answer me this question. What, like, when I look at Dak as a quarterback and compare him to
Trey,
Jalen
you saw
Hurts,
what I did there.
I look at Dak's accuracy on all 3 levels of the field. I look
Dak
at his
is a great
ability,
thrower of the football. I'm not taking that away from you.
but that's my thing, right? Like, if we can
Young
agree
to an
that
extent.
if we can agree that Dak is a, like, at least, I wouldn't necessarily say significantly. I would border on saying significantly better thrower of the football than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts isn't even like running like that this season. So like
That's the problem.
that was the separator between the two. So since that's like not as good as it's been in his career, like why is Jalen look that
No, but you
better
just
than him?
asking me who do I think is better. I don't think I think it's close like y'all, but you asking me who I think is better, and I think Jalen Hurts is still a little bit better.
No, but
then real quick, because this is where, again, I go back to Young. I specifically go back to Young. I have to ask an ABC question again because y'all niggas, you be losing me. So not too long ago, you told me Brock Purdy was better than Dak.
No.
Man.
I said I would take Brock Purdy over Dak Prescott. Don't get it twisted. And I said
that was still crazy.
I said,
Yo, that's still
I
kind
love
of
Brock
crazy.
Purdy.
okay,
I love
okay,
Brock
okay.
Purdy.
over Birdie.
Okay, so Young. Okay, so
Dude,
Young.
I
Wait,
saw
come on.
15
Hold
quarterbacks
on, Danny. Wait. So hold on. So wait. You told me, Hook, so you would take Brock Purdy over Dak.
Yes.
And then when I asked the question, do we need to start having a conversation between Hurts and Dak? You said yeah. So
Because I'm gonna tell you, I don't think Jalen Hurts is as good as what people tried to make him out to be from last year,
Facts.
just in general.
That's true. No,
That's my
that's true.
issue.
I believe that. I believe
Like,
that.
that's my
I believe
issue.
that. I
with
believe
it.
that. I believe
It's
that.
not that Dak is up there with Jalen Hurts. It's Jalen Hurts is more closer to.
I think they're in the same
nine,
tier. No, I
10,
put them in the
11.
same tier. I think they're in the
Oh,
same
I'm
tier.
a-
so y'all are saying that
Before
Brock
Hurts isn't running this year. So that to me, not what he brings that separates, like Cowboy said. If you aren't running like you were last year, that separator is gone. So now you're in the average, not average, but you're in that.
But these last
That's
but
my
before
problem.
these last 3 games, he was playing great, bro. He was playing really
Who?
good. He was playing good.
Who?
Jalen Hurts was playing
Who?
good. He was playing good. Before these last
Manny,
2 games,
Manny, I have to intervene on
Trent,
this.
you was on
I
your
have to
taping
intervene
for
on
him.
this.
You're
At
chatting.
the
when he was
beginning
in
of
those
the
games.
season.
No.
You're chatting.
No.
Trent is chatting. I'm gonna
We're
pull
not
it up.
playing
doing
great
Trent
in
is
the
chatting.
clutch.
I'm gonna pull it up. Trent
Yeah,
is
no,
chatting.
no.
At the beginning
Jalen
of
Hurts
the
was
season,
playing
Pull it up
great
right
in
now.
the fourth
No.
quarters of games.
At
In
the
the fourth
beginning of
quarter,
the
yes.
season,
He's
no.
winning them
That's it.
games. At the end of the day, he's winning them games.
We're not
Champ,
talking about
hold on,
winning.
hold on.
We're not talking about winning. We're talking about how they're playing. That's it.
Go ahead, champ. Go ahead.
Bro, at the beginning of the year, for you to say that, it's kind of irresponsible because me, Trent, and Brandon was talking about that on Brandon's show not too long ago, how but Jalen Hurts was leading the league in interceptions and turnovers.
I don't watch Brandon's show. I don't watch.
So he has not been playing good all year long, brother. You got to watch the game, brother. You got to watch the game, not the box.
Jalen Hurts has not played anywhere close to how he played.
He's not playing.
No, not as close to last year. Not as close to last year.
That's my thing.
Jalen
Hurts, even Jalen Hurts. I tell you, I don't rate quarterbacks really off of
one season. I don't either.
I go like 2 or 3 years. You got to show.
I like Jalen Hurts.
But if you do something great like a Patrick Mahomes, like where you throw 50 touchdowns year one, that's outstanding. So you can get
that's fucking crazy.
And everybody else, you got to show me you can do it more than 1 year. Right now, Jalen Hurts, out of his 3 years he's starting, he had a average year one, great year two. This year's average. So he's more average than he is great. Now he might be a little bit better than average, but he's not this tier that we were trying to put him in last year.
No, he's not.
Look,
would you put him inside the top 8?
Prescott. Prescott has some good years.
Yeah, I think I'll put him.
He also has some average years. So while he is good and better than average,
Donnie, do you mean like overall, or do you mean like just this?
Hold on. You know what? This would be.
Let Ben answer this real quick because he hasn't said nothing. He hasn't said nothing. So listen, Ben, you think it needs to be a conversation between Jalen Hurts and Dak?
No, I still think Jalen Hurts is better, but I just think it's closer to what people think.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, so that's really all I got to say about it.
I feel the same way.
But my question is like, what does he do better? Like, what does he do better than Dak?
That's the thing. If we're rating off of this year, Dak is a better thrower.
Yeah, this year, yeah.
And the running isn't moving you enough to have him over Dak. That's the thing. If you're going off of from the start of last year to right now, you would say Jalen Hurts' mobility is what puts it over. But Dak has thrown. Dak from last year to this year, it looks significantly better passing.
Yeah.
If you were to
he does. I told Trent that earlier. I said that.
If you were to ask me before this season who throws better, if you said Dak, I wouldn't be mad. But it was nothing significant, like based off what I was watching. But the running was significant, so I would take Hurts. This year, you can't really say that.
Hey man, look, Mike McCarthy. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Mike McCarthy's in his bag right now. Like people slandered him.
I thought when they got rid of Kellen Moore, they were supposed to be this run-heavy offense with Tony
Pollard. Hey, Mike McCarthy lies all the time, bro. I cover the team. He lies all the time. I don't believe a single thing he says.
Cowboys, that's what they said, right? That they were supposed to be this running.
Yeah, but see, I didn't believe it because you don't go out and get Brandon Cooks, and then you don't also go out and not draft a running back until the 6th round, in which they drafted Deuce Vaughn. Yeah. You don't do that if you're not looking to, or like you don't do all those things if you're looking to be a run-first football team.
And let me tell you something. CD boy. CD's on him.
I said before the season started, CD.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I said this though, bro. I said CD is gonna get put in conversation that y'all don't want to hear, and CD is fucking like that.
Karen, I'm surprised you didn't mention my take that I said during the offseason.
Oh, yeah. Donnie said that Garrett Wilson was better than CeeDee Lamb before the offseason.
Okay, that's not crazy, though. But, that's not crazy.
Thank you.
That's not crazy at all. Yeah, bro, you give Aaron Rodgers is on that team.
Thank you.
1,450 yards.
Thank you.
Now you know what
it's crazy now. It's crazy now.
I know what's crazy.
Donnie, you said he was a better Dak player than CeeDee Lamb.
No shot. Yeah, that's crazy.
I said it was close.
He said he was a better Yak player.
I said it was close. I said it was
crazy. Now I will say this though. You saying that Jalen Waddle was better than CD?
Nah, that was wild.
No.
I didn't say that.
Wait. Oh, in the offseason? Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
In the offseason, he did.
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Terry Clore. I thought that CD passed Terry for me.
I thought Terry and CD were close.
He passed Terry for me. He passed AJ Brown. I think he's better than AJ Brown. But
I think he's better than AJ Brown. I've been saying he's better than AJ Brown.
That's me.
I've been saying he's better than AJ Brown.
That's me.
They close.
That's me.
I've been saying that though. I've been saying.
I said.
Hey, and look, if you're asking me,
I'm a skill set guy.
Hey, here's the thing though, right? Like when it comes to that AJ Brown.
You didn't hear me. I told you a little bit. I said they're both better than Diggs, right?
No.
Hey,
you off Diggs.
Look.
Neither of them are better than
Diggs. Go ahead, Cowboy.
I want to add this to the conversation between AJ Brown and CeeDee Lamb. Like Trent said in the past, like you can go either way with them. But like if you're building a team, like a receiver that Dak would play well with is CeeDee Lamb, because what does CeeDee Lamb do well? Runs routes, very heady type of player, yak guy, all that type of stuff. AJ Brown to me works really good with Jalen Hurts because what Jalen Hurts wants to do is throw the football down the field. And I don't think there's a better deep threat in football outside of Tyreek Hill than AJ Brown.
That's fair.
And he makes up for a lot of he makes up for
maybe Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think Jamar
but
Chase.
but like he makes up for some like he with his vertical downfield ability, he's able to make up for some underthrown footballs from Jalen Hurts from time to time, and like he does bail Jalen Hurts out of a lot of situations.
I just think the conversation like for CeeDee Lamb and AJ Brown just depends what type of receiver you want on your team.
Yeah,
I think CD's play style will always.
I think it will translate on any team.
route running.
Route runners are always going to be better than
route running and
are always going to be better than physical receivers.
Always,
route runners will always be better than physical
skill set guy. I like skill set
because their play sets are better. That's just what it is.
You can win against
separate more.
You can win against anything.
Well, unless you're D-Hop, you catch everything.
But D-Hop was a 4XL, bro.
Because he got the go hands.
Well, no, I know that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Unless you're D-Hop and you.
There's obviously outliers to those.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's why Stephon Diggs will always be better than AJ Brown. But I digress.
No, he's not.
What?
Trent, y'all talked about T-Law yet?
Oh, we gonna get to him. We gonna get to him.
Okay, you know what? This is coming from one of the biggest T-Law supporters. I've supported T-Law for so long. I said at one point you could argue me into T-Law over Hurts, but I think we need to start having the conversation of like, dude, this guy is he even top 10 anymore? Like, I'm just gonna name off 10 quarterbacks real quick. Okay, I'm just gonna name off 10.
Yes, Donnie. Yes, Donnie.
Can I name off 10?
He's not better than Kirk. He's not better than Kirk Cousins.
Go ahead, Donnie.
All right, here's the 10. Mahomes, Allen,
Kirk
Burrow,
is mid.
Herbert.
Wait, hold on. No, wait. Restart the list because I want nobody to.
Okay, this man's clipping me. That's crazy.
Yeah, facts.
Okay, but no, hold on. Let me pull it over. Okay, here we go. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Herbert, Lamar, Stroud, Kyler, Dak, Hurts, Stafford. Like,
I don't know about the Stafford.
And Kirk
the way
Cousins.
Stafford's been this year.
If you take out
did you put CJ Stroud in there?
If you take out Stafford and I'll entertain, because I think Kirk's better than Stafford. So if you put Kirk,
I don't know about that one, man.
I think he is. I mean, I'm not as high as Stafford as a lot of people.
The thing with T-Law,
I can't wait till Brock.
Well, Trent, I can't
wait for everybody to just do Brock.
I'm saying though, with that list though,
Kyler's definitely a debate. I think I take a healthy.
I think Kyler's better than him.
I take a healthy Kyler over T-Law.
Hey, but I'm not gonna lie, his list kind of not crazy.
Where's Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers better than him too.
Well, that's another one. But like, dude, he hasn't been healthy in 2 years. It's kind of unfair to rank him.
Rodgers
clears.
But okay, but like it's been 2 years, dude. Let's just not
Rodgers
rank him, okay?
clears him.
Let's not rank him. It's been 2 years since we've seen him play.
He's gonna play this year.
Yo. By the way, next year, T-Law's gonna be the third best QB in his division.
Anthony come back. Anthony Richardson.
Is that really crazy though?
Yeah.
Is that really crazy though?
I'm gonna just be real.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I completely forgot about Anthony Richardson. I thought he was gonna say Lil Levis. I completely forgot about it.
Hey,
he might be fourth. He might be.
Hey,
Kidding, joking.
Hey,
but nah, bro. This man,
I'm not giving up on T-Law.
Everybody keeps falling in love with T-Law for what he looks like.
Hold on. Champ, you go, and then Ben, you go after. So go ahead.
Yeah, because go ahead, Champ.
I have said this before, and I will beat this drum until my feet turn purple. People fall in love with what Trevor Lawrence looks like rather than what he is.
Cool.
And I have said it before, and I have said it again. We expect now that first year with Urban Meyer, I give you a pass. That's cool. But now that you're in the second year of Doug Peterson's system, you have regressed dramatically, and you have struggled long before your injuries. And even during your first year with him, you really wasn't just wowing us, but in a few brief moments. It's like, and like I said, 6'5" quarterback. I think he's 6'5", 6'6", 235. Like I said, he's very, very athletic.
He's the part.
Yeah, and like I said, in central casting, he's going to win that every single time because that's what they're going to point at. That's what a quarterback's supposed to look like. But like I said, he kind of has some tendencies I really don't like. Sometimes he's careless with the football.
He holds the ball too long.
Andrew Luck.
And you know, you can't put all of that on him
not
either.
even.
You can't put all of that on him either because sometimes those receivers be dropping passes. Not as bad as the Kansas City Chiefs, but you know, they dropped a few easy ones. But like I keep saying, man, yeah, everybody love to put T-Law. Everybody wants to put the cattle before the horse. I mean, so the carriage before the horse.
I add to that, champ.
Go ahead,
I add to that, champ.
Brandon, I swear to God,
Dude, I was hearing this hurts my heart because I'm such a.
I know you've been waiting for this day.
Man,
don't say it.
Listen, bro. I've been preaching the gospel about T-Law, bro. That T-Law is not who y'all think he is. The reason why people talk about T-Law in the conversations of him being close to the top 5 is because of a playoff win, bro. Over a playoff win. It makes no sense, bro. It makes no sense to me. He's closer to freaking Kirk Cousins and Dak than he is Lamar and Burrow, Allen, them boys. He's close to them. Is that simple?
I remember me and Trent, we were in the Discord one day talking. The only way he really can get, like, to me, top 5 is crazy. The only way he'd ever get in the top 5
is one of them get hurt.
Two or three got to get hurt, not one. Two or like Aaron Rodgers, Lamar, like because those guys are elite. Like those,
he got to go in the. He got to play elite and go in the.
And then, but even that, then he would have to take the step. Like people calling him top 5 was strictly projecting, and I got the projection. Yeah. I also don't think the way he plays, he needs a ball winner. Like he doesn't need the way he throws the ball up. It's almost like they need to go get T. Higgins if that's what he wants to do. That's what he needs to do.
To be honest with you, if he was 6'2", would they have even had these conversations prior?
Oh my God, champ!
Even performing?
Oh my God, champ!
He would have never been the prospect he was.
Why are we doing ifs now?
Starting to push it. You starting to push it, my brother.
I'm just asking. If he was 6'2", would everybody be calculating him based on his performance alone? Would everybody have put the wagon before the horse with him?
That's like saying if Kylo was 6'3", what would he be? Like, come on. Like, come on.
I mean, he no damn steady. He wouldn't be shit anyway. Oh, excuse me. I apologize.
Champ, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
So people fell in love with the way Trevor Lawrence looked, just like how Mookie and Brandon fell in love with the way Justin Herbert looks.
Hold on. This is different, though, but at least Herbert be producing. At least Herbert produce. We seen. Hold on. We seen he can be top 5. What have we seen for T-Law besides that comeback win against the Chargers?
Who has T-Law had truthfully besides this year? You're not his best receiver is Christian Kirk. So like that,
coming from a Cardinal fan,
but Evan Ingram is good. Evan Ingram's good.
Evan Ingram's like the 10th, 11th, 12th best tight end. Come on,
stop. Like we gotta relax a little bit with the T-Law slander. Like I get it. Like me and Trey said it.
If you're gonna sit here and say Evan Ingram ain't bad, don't give Lamar a pass because he has Mark Andrews. I don't want to hear it.
Like T-Law hasn't lived up to that generational tag that he had coming out. We can all admit that. That doesn't mean he's just some trash quarterback. Like now we're dragging it. He
ain't trash. He's trash. We're not saying. We just saying he's not top 10.
But Justin Herbert,
I still think he's probably top 10.
Like Cowboy saying, what is the difference between Herbert and
Donnie? You're the one who brought it.
But
I'm too big with T-Law fan not to have him. I'm too big with T-Law fan to not have him.
I mean, if he's top 10, he's like 8 to 10 range.
I have him at 10. I have him at 10.
He's like.
I'm gonna have a take. Calvin Ridley sucks.
Yeah, he hasn't been
Calvin Ridley.
He has not been good this year. You guys came in.
There's no way you think he sucks as a receiver. There's no way
he wasn't even the best receiver on the team.
There's no
way.
Kieran, there's no way in hell you really think that.
Hold on, Manny. Hold on. Kieran, explain to me why Calvin really sucks.
Bro, his hands, he's Jerry Jeudy. He is good route running, and that's it now.
Hey, nah.
He is good route running, and that's it.
You just compared.
I'm going home.
Well, there's no way we're going to defend Calvin Ridley when he's been worse than Christian Kirk this year.
Calvin Ridley sucks. Why do you guys hype up this man?
Did you just tell me Calvin Ridley sucks?
Yo.
I'm going home.
There's no way you just told me Calvin really sucks at football, cuz.
Time out, bro. So you trying to tell me that Calvin Ridley is Jerry Jeudy 2.0?
Well, now in Atlanta, he was really good, but I haven't seen that.
I'm gonna be honest. He was the same.
You know
guy
why
he
you
was in
haven't
Atlanta.
seen
This
that?
is what
Because
he
T-Law's
was in
not
Atlanta.
hitting him. He
Yeah,
be
hold
butt
on,
naked
yeah,
out
false,
contact.
That is false.
That is not
No,
true.
that is-
I'm checking.
Y'all need to listen. Hear me out.
Wait,
Outside-
wait,
no,
go ahead. Wait, hold on. Go
Donnie.
ahead, Donnie.
Listen,
Donnie, I'm
go ahead. Wait,
trolling
hold on,
you.
hold on.
Now
Outside of that
now
one
he
year
got
where he,
traded.
outside of that
so
one,
false.
Donnie.
If you
outside
can't
of
hit
that
Calvin
one
Ridley,
year-
how come
Donnie,
Christian Kirk's not producing in this
Donnie,
game?
listen. Outside of
I'm
that
trolling.
1 year where he went off in Atlanta, he has been he's a 2 that's masquerading as a 1. He runs very good routes. He's not a ball winner to be a number 1. Calvin, like when G Baby said Calvin over Terry McLaurin, that was crazy. When
That
he
was
saying Calvin over
insane.
Jimmy, that was crazy. Because that's not who Calvin really is. He's a really good number 2 to a real alpha receiver because he's not an alpha receiver, which is outside of the 1 year in Atlanta, besides his 3-4 seasons, 5 years in the league, what has he been? Like that's why I like to do
I'm
it.
glad
over
we're making
2 to
up
3 years.
excuses for T-Law.
No, I'm saying this is why I like to do it over
this
2
is
to
good.
3
Hold on,
years.
come on, wait.
Donnie, I was joking, cuz.
Wait, go ahead, Donnie.
I
Go
know.
ahead, Donnie.
No, I got nothing to say
What was
except
so
for the fact
false about
I
what
have
Young
I
said?
have nothing to say except for the fact that we all know Christian Kirk was better than Calvin Ridley this year. He just was.
Oh
was
yeah,
better
he
this
is.
year.
Hey,
He is.
no.
T-Law was looking
bro.
at his way more. He was creating more separation over the middle. Like he could rely on him. Like here's the thing about Kirk. Kirk had a bad drop issue in Arizona, and it's still kind of there. It's better than what it was, but
I don't
like
think it's
the
that
fact
bad.
that it wasn't that bad, but it also was like kind of noticeable.
Yeah.
It's when you are targeting Christian Kirk more than Calvin Ridley, something is wrong with Calvin Ridley. I'm sorry. Something is wrong.
They're not. They're also
Y'all taking
Doug
Calvin Ridley or
Peterson's
Drake
not
London?
using it. Doug Peterson's not using
Drake
it.
London.
London.
Dude,
He's running a lot of decoy routes.
I hate.
Like
I
Doug
hate-
Peterson's running a lot of decoy. Or
I
Calvin
hate
Ridley's running
hating
a lot
on
of decoy
Calvin
routes.
Ridley. I really hate hating on Calvin Ridley because I love watching him in Atlanta, but he's not good anymore. He's bad.
What is he bad at? Like
Don't tell me he can't run routes. Don't tell me he can't run
I'm
routes.
not saying he
He
can't.
can't run routes.
Jerry
Don't tell me
Jeudy
he
can
can't
run
run
routes.
routes.
But what-
Fucking ball for his life.
But that was a
Kick
you
the
understand
ball.
that, like, Kieran, that was an issue for him in
That was-
Atlanta. He
Go
had
give
to
Mahomes
drop-
Calvin Ridley and you tell me he sucks.
That was wait, but
Go
time
give
out,
Mahomes
though.
Calvin
I think-
Ridley and
Okay,
you tell me he sucks.
okay.
Wait, time out.
Dude,
I
Mahomes
think
made
this might have been
Juju
the
look
issue.
great. Let's
I
not
think this
compare
might be-
T-Law
Nah, but
to
you can put
Mahomes.
Calvin
Wait,
Ridley in
time
a
out,
lot of
hold on.
places. He'll
Wait,
look
wait,
good, bro.
So
He'll
I
look
think this
good.
might have been. Wait, time out. I think this might have been the issue though. I think y'all probably had too much expectations for him because the same receiver that you seen in Jacksonville is the same receiver you saw him ATL. He already had the bad hands issue. He already had that.
Yeah, he
But
already
yeah,
had a
I
bad
don't
hand.
think he was
That's
that
my
bad.
point. Trey,
I
that
didn't-
was
hold on. I didn't
Yeah,
see the
not
bad
his
hands
hair is
at Atlanta.
Yeah,
I've
he
not
had some
seen him do
badass
that.
hands in Atlanta, brother.
Yeah,
No,
he
no,
did have
hey,
bad
I
hands in
watched,
Atlanta.
I watched
I
What?
didn't
Atlanta
see it.
Falcons closely.
Come out.
Facts.
Come out. Compared to this year in Atlanta, I don't think it's as bad as it is right now.
We got to
Oh,
realize
yeah.
he did take mad time off.
I'm not disagreeing that Calvin Ridley has had drop issues, but compared to this year then in Atlanta, I think it's as bad as right now. Plus, he's
I'm not
also
gonna write him off yet, though. I'm not gonna write him off yet, though.
He's just not a number one. He's not a true alpha one.
He could be, a really good number
Hold on.
2, bro.
And
He
this
could
is
be a
what-
really,
this is
really
where
good
y'all
Hey.
number
lose.
2.
This is where y'all lose me because Julio was fucking washed. So this is where y'all
Oh,
lose.
chill.
Hey, Manny.
Yeah, so
Hey.
that was shit.
What's up?
He was washed.
Hey, don't make
Yeah,
Calvin Ridley pull a Geno Smith.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back though. That's the problem. I ain't right back. Let's
You know what
go.
I'm saying, bro? Calvin really, bro. Without what I say, bro. He go to nah.
He ain't get it right back this time.
They gotta utilize him better. Doug Peterson gotta utilize him better.
Okay, wait,
He's running.
hold on. Stop.
Let's keep making excuses for
I
T-Law.
was about to say,
Bro, he runs mad decoy
down.
routes, bro.
hold
He
on.
runs a lot of decoy routes.
He runs a lot of decoy routes, though.
Look. I hear you. You're not necessarily wrong, but at the end of the day, there have been way too many damn drops. I'm sorry. Your
Mhm.
job as a receiver, the primary function of your job is when the quarterback throws you the ball,
Catch.
you should be catching that motherfucker.
Yep.
Story. Like as much as T-Law has disappointed this year in terms of his individual performances, kind of week in, week out, like cool. We can all acknowledge the whole generational talent thing. Y'all was doing too much. I said that when he was coming out of college, and a lot of people told me to go sit down and shut up. So I did. But I tried to tell folks, hey, a lot closer to Justin Fields as a prospect than y'all would like to admit. He's much closer to him than he ever was to Peyton Manning or Andrew Luck as a prospect. Y'all was
Facts.
but also
Donnie doesn't like that.
But wait,
don't.
also if we talking about Calvin Ridley here, I don't want to hear nothing about him being used as a decoy when I have watched multiple games this year.
He got drops.
No, not just drops. It's a difference between like, oh, okay, you got popped and the ball came out, and your quarterback threw you dot after dot after dot. Because as much as I get on T-Law has been making tight window throws all year, putting it in his hand in some of like some of these tapes, like you got to run it back on Monday, like with the cowboy clicker in hand.
That's why he's top 10 still. That's why he's top 10.
Fam, like he is putting that junk in the perfect spot.
Yep.
And it turns out to be an incompletion. No, bro. Calvin Ridley, you were brought here to at the very least catch that.
1,000 yards, at least get 1,000.
Like, bro, you should have 10 touchdowns by now. You should have 10 touchdowns by now. If you don't have 10 touchdowns by now, Calvin Ridley, that is purely on you, sir. Absolutely. Point blank, period. Like, I get it. We all want to get on T-Law. He is not the guy that people thought he was going to be coming out of high school. I'm sorry. He's not even Matthew Stafford. Like, he's not. He's probably as physically talented, but he's not the player he's not the player at like some of the guys. But
Donnie, it's okay that he didn't pan out.
Echo. Wait, yo, damn, what the fuck?
I'm about to say.
Can I say something about T-Law? Like, I feel like people just expect like every quarterback to come out of the draft like good right away. I don't know.
Me and Trey talked about this too.
No, this is the problem, bro. This is the problem with T-Law. This is the exact problem. It was really this simple. Y'all overrated the hell out of T-Law off of back half of the season, and that he came back from that big old comeback in the playoff game. Because everybody wanted to ignore the inconsistent play he had for the whole season and just gas up how he played in the back half.
And let me bring this up.
And then everybody expected T-Law to be this top 5 guy and this and that because all y'all do with T-Law is project. And now look at what he is.
Can I say why? Can I say why?
He's a good quarterback. He's still probably top 10, but y'all just
I have him at 10.
And hey, let me bring this up.
T-Law the way he was.
Let's look at those like last 3 games that he played against the Chiefs. He was solid. Chargers came back from that lead. That's great. Threw 4 interceptions in that game. He was mid against the Titans in that Week 18 game.
The only reason why they won because they had
the weird fumble.
Josh Dobbs, because Josh Dobbs was playing like terrible.
He barely beat Josh Dobbs in Week 18 to clinch a playoff spot at home. Well, it's not one-on-one. It's not one-on-one.
Trevor Lawrence is just as inconsistent as Josh Allen, but he does not give you the high upside plays that Josh Allen can give you. Yep. That's what he is. Like, that's literally what he is. You'll look past Josh Allen's flaws because the upside is through the roof.
The high is so good, bro.
Trevor Lawrence's highs are hot. They're just not Josh Allen to where you can look past those flaws. That's
no one's is Josh Allen. I mean, come on.
Patrick Mahomes can get there. I think Anthony Rich. I'm not gonna lie. He showed.
Well, this is projecting again. Like, we're criticizing projection, but like
I'm saying that. Like, I'm saying the real issue. Me and Trey talked about it. It's not the talent; it's the consistency. That's the real issue with the quarterback. Guys can't be.
Hey,
you're only as good as you are what you consistently put out there. That's really what it is.
Hey, you know what? At the end of the day, man, Justin Herbert's the best quarterback ever, man. What are we talking about, man?
Shut up, Mookie.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what
Damn, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Mookie, bro. I feel for you, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Now you can feel Aaron Rodgers' pain. Now you can feel Aaron Rodgers.
We're gonna get to Herbert
Still
later.
Aaron Rodgers' pain. That's crazy, man.
Anyway,
I watched my quarterback tear an ACL. You're okay, man.
I watched my quarterback tear his Achilles in the first 4 plays.
But y'all didn't see y'all.
I saw my quarterback.
Y'all never seen y'all team fail these quarterbacks, bro. Like,
Really? Did we?
I'm a Jets fan. I'm a Jets fan.
Mookie, I had to mute you. Hold on, I had to mute you real quick.
I'm a Jets fan.
Hold on. I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna get mad.
We're going to get to Justin Herbert later. because we just slandered Tua.
Can I cook Tua first?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it first. Actually, I'm gonna let Young do it first because he's a Dolphins fan.
Oh, I wanted to do it.
So
You
Miami
like the
loses.
Dolphins?
Miami loses in a bad way to the Titans. So Young, is it finally start to have this conversation that maybe Tua is just really a system guy? Because when Tyreek Hill, hold on, because when Tyreek Hill got out the game, Buddy looked like Derek Carr. So how you feel about it?
Trent, I have been saying
why you had to say him?
forever.
Yeah, chill out. Hold on. Go ahead,
I have been saying this forever. He is a system quarterback. The most valuable person in Miami right now, it goes this. Actually, after last night, it's probably Tyreek Hill 1, Mike McDaniel 2, and everybody else falls after that. I've been saying McDaniel's scheme is why you see this Tyreek Hill that's like putting up crazy numbers, getting utilized to his maximum potential. This is what that scheme is doing for him. You didn't see this in KC because Andy Reid doesn't. It's a different scheme. That's all it is. After that, it was Tyreek Hill because, again, Tyreek Hill is saving Tua's career. We know what Tua is. He throws accurate balls, and he throws with good anticipation. That's it. There's nothing high upside that he brings to the table. And
Brock Purdy.
He fits this.
That's what I was about to say.
And honestly,
He's Brock Purdy.
He could be. He could be. But guess what? What I'm saying is when you take away the key parts, Tyreek Hill, that offense was atrocious. And what's crazy to me is you have a knockoff version of Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, and it doesn't look anywhere close to the same.
And your running backs average 5 yards a carry.
No, I get that. I'm not saying
average 5 yards per carry.
No,
they could have ran the ball.
It's not about the numbers.
Let Young finish.
It's not about the numbers. It's the way the offense is moving. It's the way how fluid it looks. When Tyreek Hill is on the field, the offense is clicking. You know where to go with the Tua, knew where to go with the ball, things like that. When he's off, the offense was done. And I think it's a Mike McDaniel issue that you're that Tyreek Hill reliant, even though the scheme's great, and it's a Tua issue. Anybody that's I argue with Hellfire all the time. He's not an MVP candidate because he's not the most valuable part of that team, which is why, again, I think Brock Purdy's not an MVP candidate because he's not the most valuable part of the team. And I like Brock Purdy. It's just when you don't put these guys in these conversations they're not supposed to be in. That's the problem.
Hey, and a conversation. You got it.
Go for it, Cowboy.
A conversation that he had no business being in was these top 5 quarterback conversations. And when Emmanuel Acho sat up there and said that Tua was better than Justin Herbert, that's just pure comedy to me.
That will never
that was pure comedy.
That's blasphemy, bro.
I don't care how good Tua plays.
That's a pure hater right there.
I love your.
I gotta ask this.
Who said he was better than Justin Herbert?
Why does
Emmanuel Acho?
Hey, go ahead, Cham. Go ahead.
Why does it seem like this? Why does it seem like? And maybe it's just me. And feel free to check me if I'm wrong. Why does it seem like that the Miami Dolphins could be just beating the crap out of the other team on the line of scrimmage and in the running game? But McDaniels just seemed hell bent on quitting on the running game and just passing the ball. Why does that happen? Am I the only one seeing this?
Okay, so hold on. I got an answer for that. So all of these Shanahan guys, they all have their own little spin on the system, and they all want to show, hey, it's the Shanahan system, but it's my version. Yep. Yeah. So the thing that made him special, that got him the job, was the fact that he was able to run his offense out of some of these pro-style formations that Shanahan used to run out of that look like obvious run plays or run tendencies. Oh, you got a fullback on the field? Oh, yeah, they're definitely running outside zone here. Then they come out there and he goes from I formation to empty after a shift. And now he's throwing out of these conversations. That's what made his offense special. That's part of why it's so creative now, but it's also part of the reason why sometimes it's to your point, they're like, hey, you should just line up in outside zone here. You should just line up here and run stretch.
Thanks.
Sometimes it would just help you to line up and be like, hey, they're gonna run outside zone here. And you be like, Yeah.
But
And the guy who's running it runs 10.01. Good luck catching him to the edge, buddy.
Fact.
Like,
And on 3rd and 2, they were throwing screen passes. Like when you could have easily.
That's what I'm saying. Especially when you got Kane and those guys.
Sound like Kellen Moore.
If I was Mike McDaniel, I would be having a field day running split back with freaking Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane. I would.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I would give linebackers hell, but my whole thing is this: the one thing I'll give him grace on, in terms of what Young was kind of pointing to with the offense being Tyreek Hill dependent. The reality is, when you have something that scares defenses the way a Tyreek Hill type player does, it's not so much that you're relying on him, it's that his impact on the field and how scary he is to defenses, it makes pictures have to be more obvious. Like, people aren't going to get cute trying to play against Tyreek Hill.
That's a one-play touchdown.
I was about to say, because if you screw up trying to be cute, he going to run right by you. So you're going to go out there, you're going to line up in whatever you're lining up in. You don't care that you're giving it away to the offense, because at the end of the day, you're just trying to make sure he don't burn you for 90. So the moment you take him out, now defenses aren't scared anymore. So now they can murky the picture a little bit. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't blame all of that on a coaching thing as so much as that happens with every player who strikes fear in defenses. Like, that's just kind of what comes with the territory.
They're field tilters. That's what
too redundant.
Go ahead,
Can
Karen.
I say something real quick?
Yeah,
So a couple days ago, I said Miami might have the best shot of making the Super Bowl in the AFC, but I don't believe that anymore due to the fact they're missing 4 out of their 5 offensive linemen.
So who do you
Hill
believe in?
What?
Who do you believe in?
No one. I think the NFC is running away with it. But
You think the AFC is
Ravens.
I think
the NFC is.
I don't believe in the Ravens either.
Well, you're a Steelers
Me
fan,
either.
so we expect.
I'm
you
not.
to-
No. I think.
I don't believe in the Ravens because I don't think they got
I
the
think the
quarterback.
AFC.
You hate football.
Wait, so hold on. Let me ask you this. Wait, Karen. Why do you think that? Why don't you believe in the Ravens? Why don't you believe, Karen? Why don't you believe in the Ravens?
It's not that
The
I
quarterback.
Well, one. Lamar Jackson.
I hate this dude. Bro.
Wait, come on. Go ahead, Karen.
Well, one, Lamar Jackson has improved shit in the playoffs yet. He has not played. He has not played great in any game, and he's had situations where he has played great, like had great teams, like all-around teams, just for receivers. He got bounced by the 9-7 Titans as the 1 seed, and he played terrible. He played terrible before he got injured against the Bills. Like I don't trust Lamar Jackson. I don't trust his receivers to keep a consistent offense on a week-to-week basis. And
that defense in the playoffs too. It don't translate.
And listen. I'm not
But
even
you
like
always talk about the number 1 defense.
Hey, Mookie, I got a question. Mookie.
I'm just saying, like, I understand they just put 31 points against the Rams. That was a bottom, or 37. That was a bottom 10 defense in the league. When you're playing a team with the Chiefs, they're not doing that. They're not doing that.
Hey, Mookie, I got a question.
You're going on TikTok, buddy.
If Lamar Jackson goes into San Francisco and balls out crazy, are you going to give him credit?
No,
he's gonna give him credit. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he will.
Oh, let Mookie answer. Let Mookie answer.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. My bad.
No, it was Mookie.
So if Lamar Jackson and he plays who?
San Fran,
bro.
And he balls out against them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give him credit. But I know that's not going to happen.
Wait,
not going to happen.
We heard it.
Wait till.
Now, if you tell him if he gets 110 passing yards and 200 yards rushing, no, I'm not praising that shit because I praise passing yards when we talk about quarterback.
You praise Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, but Colin Kaepernick had like 8. He had 1,000 yards one playoff run before, and he was slinging that rock, bro. He had one of the best cannons of arm in the league.
We're not gonna do that conversation today. We're not gonna do that
Colin
conversation.
Kaepernick.
Yeah, we can.
Colin Kaepernick was him. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
But
Bro.
one thing I gotta say about Tua. One thing I gotta say about Tua.
Saying Colin Kaepernick was him.
You should know about Colin Kaepernick. You a Giants fan.
Oh my.
One thing I gotta say about Tua, and I got a question for y'all. Y'all
He didn't. What he do against us?
Oh wait, no, that was Alex. That was Alex Smith. That was Alex.
Yeah, that was Alex Smith. Anyways, go ahead, Manny. What were you saying?
One thing I gotta say about Tua, I got a question. Like, y'all see, like when the Dolphins play like elite defenses and they play really good D lines, you see that Tua, like y'all see that he really collapses bad in the pocket. He takes very unnecessary sacks sometimes. Do y'all like look at that issue a lot?
There's like one game or so that Tua has shown that he can elevate even playing a good defense. And that was last year when the Ravens laid an egg. Tua does not play good versus good defense.
That's what I'm saying.
That's just
like,
a known fact. So
yeah,
I don't really know. I don't really know what the Dolphins are gonna do, bro. I'm waiting to see Tua in the playoffs, and
but y'all quick to say Tua's top 10 though. Right?
Nobody.
I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not.
Anyone on this show has said that.
Bro, there's like 14 quarterbacks I'd take over Tua right now.
Hey, this is what I will
the conversations, bro. I remember when Tua was in MVP conversation. Tua's top 10.
That was
He's
Bama.
only there because of Reed,
Tua
bro.
is 10, bro. He is. Oh my goodness. When Tua was playing at an MVP caliber last year, y'all was saying he was top 10. Bro.
Don't say y'all, bro. You gotta use that. You gotta.
I never said that.
You gotta put names.
I'm saying the consistency.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people can be dumb.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I'm about to say, a whole bunch of people agree with the hell you be saying half the time.
But
if you agree with me, you smart as hell.
Yeah, Mookie, I'm not gonna lie. After last night's performance, yeah, you can't even talk, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm about to say,
boy, oh boy, you can't. You don't even know what a damn pick play is. But anyways,
I do know a pick play.
You know niche though.
Okay, so Mookie. Okay, so Mookie, what is a pick play?
But say if you got a receiver running the slant and you got a other receiver line up on the outside, like you have the X receiver running the slant, and you got the wide receiver running like somewhat of a
flat.
Yeah, like a flat. Yeah, that's a pick play.
But you know what's crazy though? You Cowboy had to help you out saying that dumbass shit. You know that, right?
No, I'm trying to say I'm eating right now, so.
Nah, niche is crazy though.
Anyways. All right. So I'll let you go last. I'll let you go last on this topic because you're about to talk about your boy. So I'll start with you, Trey. Justin Herbert's out for the season. So how should the Chargers approach this offseason?
One, if you're not firing Brandon Staley, well, then you might as well just go ahead and sell the team.
You're a terrorist.
Yeah, like first and foremost, like Brandon Staley should not have a job. Like flat out. He shouldn't have had a job after y'all found a way to blow a 27-0 lead. Like, yeah, Herbert's gonna shoulder some of that because he's the quarterback, as he should. That's kind of the cost of doing business. But
Really Austin Eckler's why they lost.
Huh?
It's really Austin Eckler why they lost.
No, if we're being honest, the real reason why they lost is a very nerdy explanation. Like, people forget Michael Davis at the end of the first half went down. So that whole quarter half situation that was putting Trevor Lawrence in hell, which led to those 4 picks. Like, they were basically coming out in the same coverage and he couldn't do anything about it. Michael Davis gets hurt. So now Asante Samuel has to go over, slide over, play his role, which is something completely different. So now they can't play the coverage.
Can't do that.
They can't play the coverage that has been giving Trevor Lawrence fits all night.
Christian Kirk goes dumb.
They just go to playing cover 3, and Doug Peterson was like, "Oh, cool, you're just back in cover 3. Let me slice this up," and that's exactly what happened. But at the end of the day, dog, you should have been gone. It's like flat out, it's over with. You need to go. Secondly, please get him a real running back. Get him a real running back. Like,
yeah, not a bum, right?
Hey, look, I'm not an Austin Eckler guy. I've been the main one telling people for years. Austin Eckler is the poster child of why I hate fantasy football, because fantasy football made y'all believe that Austin Eckler was a good football player. I don't like fantasy football. I actually watch the games. I sat there and I've watched him since the moment he's been in the league. And as long as I've watched him, you know what I've thought about him? He's an okay player. He's a
Duke Johnson with
he's
more
a solid NFL player. He is not special. Like, he's not Jonathan Taylor. He's not Nick Chubb. He's not Saquon. He's not Derrick Henry. He's not CMC. He's not even Travis Etienne.
Not Brees Hall.
Like,
He's not even Alvin Kamara.
Like, he's not Alvin Kamara. He's not any of these guys. He's not.
Travis Etienne's on fraud watch, by the way.
Yeah, yes and no.
Fuck? For what?
He might be Austin Eckler 2.0. I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy.
Nah, he could slide in between them tackles. You tripping.
I was about to say,
In
you
between the tackles. You tripping.
I'm
You
about to
crazy as fuck.
See, now
That
you
boy
just-
sliding
now
between them
try-
tackles. You crazy.
Listen, I gotta watch more film on him, but like I'm not high on his ceiling as a rusher.
So you about to wait? So you really about to say that he's looking like a Austin Eckler?
No. I'm saying I gotta watch more film on him, but right now for the games I've seen, I'm not that high at him as a rusher. I think he's a way better receiving back. That's why I think he's like way better than Austin Eckler ever was, because he can actually like run like consistent routes, unlike Austin Eckler. So
Yeah, I think he's a much better player. I think the issue is that offensive line is garbage.
it is bad. It is bad.
Champ, what do
Another
you
excuse for Trevor Lawrence.
Hey, you want to know what the problem with the Chargers organization is? Justin Herbert can't get the job done. He's tried. No, I'm playing.
No.
What the what? I'm playing.
Hey,
realistically, I think something that would help Travis Etienne is that they get a power back for him, so he doesn't like.
That was me.
Hey, Audric Estime.
I think the Chargers. I think I was telling Trent earlier. Trent doesn't believe me, but I think they should really get like another weapon for them. I don't think Quentin Johnson's it. I'm gonna be honest. And like, will he be getting hurt? I'm not gonna lie. And I think they should go get somebody. I think Brock Bowers is. Yeah, he should.
Who's that?
Brock
That's
Bowers.
Brock-
Yeah, they could go
Brock
get.
Bowers.
That's
let me
Brock
say this
Bowers.
right quick.
They could go get Brock Bowers. I think they should get.
Hold on,
a
I'm gonna let you go last. I'm
in
gonna let you
the
go
draft.
last. Hold on. Hey, but Champ, what do
I
you
think they should get a weapon. They should get a weapon to help him in the draft. You know, and fire Staley. You know, get a whole new coaching staff in there. Get a whole new thing because you got an elite quarterback, bro. You got to. At the end of the day, you do have
If
an
you
elite
have Ben
quarterback
Johnson
that you could
and-
build off. So.
If you're Ben Johnson and Brendan Staley gets fired, are you sprinting to that job?
Oh, you're running. You're.
Oh, here's
you're
the thing. Here's the thing. Hold on. Wait, real quick. You need to take a step back and realize, listen, Herbert's great, and I love Herbert. You are in a division with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Does that concern you a little bit? Because I would be a little concerned. Like, if you're telling me, hypothetically, let's just say Sean McDermott gets fired and then Brendan Staley gets fired, I'm sprinting
going to Buffalo.
I'm sprinting to Buffalo. I'm sprinting to Buffalo. Like,
Facts.
what are we
Hey,
talking
real quick, hold on. Champ, what do you think the Chargers should do?
All right. They should get rid of Brandon Staley. And here's two things I think they should do. They should go get Ben Johnson as their head coach. And if they're looking to get an offensive coordinator, go get Byron Leftwich as well. I think those two things should happen in order to kind of
Go get
help.
Brian Ferentz.
Hey, Champ, are you? Hey,
I can't even talk for your ass. But go ahead, Cowboy.
Hey, here on some real talk though. Here's the thing with the Chargers organization. They got to get rid of the coach and especially the offensive coordinator. I said this last year, that offensive coordinator is not good. They got to get rid of him. But in all honesty, like if I'm a head coach, I'm looking at that job as one of the best jobs you can get. I get it. You're playing in a division with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, but like, Justin Herbert is like that. And if you're one of those coaches, if you're one of those top coordinators and you have a quarterback like that, and especially if you're able to build around him, like Donnie, you suggested Brock Bowers, but if they go get, a Brock Bowers,
Malik Neighbors.
Hey, one of those guys, man, they start rebuilding that defense. That team could be a problem. Like that team could win the AFC West.
Being schemed. Is it really that defense is bad, or is it just being schemed wrong?
It's being schemed wrong.
Well, but not only that, at the same time, like
a little bit of both.
A lot of their best defenders are starting to get up there in age. Like you will get Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, those type of guys. They're starting to get up there. they're still getting up there in age. They're getting up there in age, so they're going to have to rebuild that defense with younger players.
Name recognition.
Exactly. But like overall, this whole thing about like the Chargers being like a talented football team, I don't know about you guys. I think that might be a little bit of a casual take because they have big names on that team, but just because they're big names doesn't mean that they can perform at a high level. I mean, just look at some of the players that the Eagles brought in, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, like the thing about the Chargers, look at Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Khalil Mack, Derwin James, Joey Bosa. Like, oh my God.
I think they're missing Mike Williams too.
Yeah,
they're
missing Mike Williams.
I wish G-Bot was here so we can respect him.
Who the hell is G-Bot? I don't know who these
G-Baby.
G-Bot. Yeah, but
I'm just not learning what that word means. Thanks, Trent.
Yo, your age is showing, bro.
I think that, I don't know what the Chargers can do, but I said that Brandon Staley should have been fired after losing that Raiders game in 2021. And like he's still there. Like I don't know why he's still there. He sucks.
They're cheap.
People thought he was a freaking good. People thought he was a good freaking coach because he had Aaron Donald, like a top 2 defender ever, and Jalen Ramsey, probably the best cornerback of his generation. So yeah, people thought he was a good coach.
All right, Young, what do you think the Chargers should do?
For me,
I said I don't know if Young said Young, you here? If not, I'll go. Oh, yeah, Young, what do you think they should do?
They need to fire Brandon Staley. I mean, it's like Kieran said, he should have been fired after that Chargers game. And really, Justin Herbert saved his job that game too, because he converted like 3 4th and 15s and 20s to even keep them in that game. But I will go get Ben Johnson. That would be the first person I call. That would be my second call. That'd be my third call because he might have something. Because Kellen Moore, like we said, Trey, he can draw up some nice plays, but the flow of it is terrible. Like it has nothing to it.
That's why I said go get Byron Leftwich.
He's playing Madden, but that's what he used to do at Boise State. Like they were just.
And that's what he did with the Cowboys.
Yeah, like they're just calling plays. There's no setting it up, nothing to it. So I just think that's what they need to do. They need to go get Ben Johnson. I'm calling him. Well, unless I can get Lincoln Riley to stay out there in Southern California, that's the only person I'm calling.
Look, hey, Trey, I was saying exactly what you were saying about Kellen Moore on Gridiron yesterday before the season. I said I had to deal with this guy for 4 years. I had to deal with him as the offensive coordinator for 4 years, and he's gotten a little better. Do you understand how bad this guy was as an offensive coordinator in 2019, his first season? My hairline pushed back like an inch because of that motherfucker, man. God damn, Kellen Moore sucked.
Look, this is the only thing that I'm gonna say in terms of everybody saying, "Hey, Ben Johnson, you should be sprinting to this job." The only thing that I'm going to say is, be careful saying that because this organization has been cheap the entirety of my existence, and probably well before then as well.
Even during the Marty era?
Trey, I would rather go to Chicago than go to the.
I was just about to say, look, if we're talking about head coaching candidates, specifically guys who are getting their first bite at the apple, like this is your first chance to really run your show. I need everybody that is in a suit, that is not really making day in, day out football decisions, to be willing to fork over whatever resources I need to make this work. And you know what organization has never done that? The Los Angeles / San Diego Chargers. They have always been cheap. They always find a way to cut corners. If it's not with paying a certain player, it's, hey, we're not going to let you build your staff a certain way because we don't want to spend but so much money on a staff, and depending on who you want as your offense coordinator, your defense coordinator, your quarterback coach, your linebacker coach, he might be a little too rich for our blood. And that one little difference in that staff could be the difference between Justin Herbert being what he is now, which is a very fun player who puts up a lot of great numbers, but doesn't have a lot to show for it. And Justin Herbert turning into the fully actualized, like, Super Bowl champion, like amazing superstar, like bona fide top 1, top 2 type guy that we all think he is.
Is it safe to say that they may be one of the most cheapest
I'm gonna say
organizations?
something, bro.
Hey, Mookie, it's your time now. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
Like I sat there and said,
They ruined this man's career. They ruined this man. This man, when I look at Justin Herbert, I look at another all-time great quarterback. I see greatness in the quarterback. I had a luxury of being a Saints fan and seeing all-time greatness under the quarterback in Drew Brees, right? That's why I look at it, Justin Herbert, bro. And the main thing, which, the reason why Drew Brees ain't got what he got is because he's been in a terrible situation as well. When I look at Justin Herbert, I look at a terrible situation. This team has done absolutely jack shit to surround this man with some great talent or to compete with a Super Bowl. He's always had a bottom-ranked defense, bro. He's always had a not great 2 rushing game. He's never had an elite level O-line. He's never had a top 15 to 20 defense. And we're supposed to think that, especially getting a defensive guru in Brandon Staley, that you would think that defense would at least be an average defense in the league. And they never been that, not even once during the career of Justin Herbert in the first 3 years, right? This right here just sad, bro. And it took the fact of the matter that they still have Staley, who's one of the worst coaches in the NFL. He should have been fired in the Raiders game. Whoever said that, I absolutely agree. He should have been fired in the Raiders game. But he should have been fired last year. But everybody want to scapegoat Joe Lombardi and say, you know what? Maybe Kellen Moore can fix anything. And Kellen Moore is just not a good offensive coordinator, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put it like this. He's overrated, right? I think the Chargers need to get rid of Staley, right? Staley needs to go. I think they need to fire the GM. Tom Telesco got to go. He hasn't done nothing to surround his team with a Super Bowl roster that can actually contend. Number 2, I think they need to get an extra weapon or 2. I think they need to move on from Mike Williams. I think they need to get an established, consistent, healthy number 2 to pair with Keenan Allen as well. And they need to rebuild the defense, bro. They need to move on with some pieces, some big names as well, and then start drafting great defensive pieces or, drafting some younger players to revamp that defense. But number 1, Brandon Staley has to go. Number 2, they need to hire an offensive-minded coach. I wouldn't mind Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is great, but also if you can get your hands on, because I know the Patriots are moving on for Bill Belichick, if you can get your hands on Bill Belichick and actually revamp that, that defense, if you want to come over there and coach instead of being a general manager, then I would like that, right? But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, right? Or you can look at Jim Harbaugh as well. You can look at him. But other than that, bro, I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed that they are letting this man down. They are failing him. Like we seen last year where he had a comparable roster or mediocre, a team that can actually make the playoffs. He's gotten that team to the playoffs despite of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams being hurt, right? And still throwing for over 4,000 yards. This year, he was on pace to throw 4,000 yards, and his team let him got set 3 to 4 times, bro. So this is just unacceptable. Justin Herbert, ladies and gentlemen, is a top 2 talent in the NFL. He is the best floor-raising quarterback in the NFL. I cannot sit there and tell me that you can see any other quarterback that you have over Justin Herbert that can lead that Chargers team last year to the goddamn playoffs, especially having Palmer and Carter and freaking Everett as his weapons, bro. No, bro. When Mike Williams and Keenan Allen missed the majority of the games. This team is the worst team I've seen in recent years, ladies and gentlemen, bro. Free Justin Herbert, give him some help, and help this man, bro, because you're ruining another all-time great talent with Justin Herbert. Put him in a better situation, guarantee you we will be seeing something that can show for it, because he has the production, he has the stats, he has the talent, he has the cannon of the arm, he's accurate as hell. You know what I'm saying? Great. He's just great. Physical trait, he has all of that, but he doesn't have the success in the playoffs because he's been in a worse situation, because football is the ultimate team sport, and how I judge quarterbacks is off of production and talent, not.
Yeah, I have a question. Are you gonna marry?
hey, watch, yo, real quick, watch Bill Belichick go to the Chargers. Chargers start losing games, then Mookie starts blaming Bill Belichick.
Let me ask you something real quick. I got to ask this question real quick, and this is no shade to anyone. Why would you want? I must ask this question. Two questions. Number one, do you think Mike Evans would be a viable candidate for y'all to get in order to add to the weapons? Do you think that would be doable? Number one.
Repeat that question again.
Do you think Mike Williams would be a valuable weapon to add to that roster in order to give Justin Herbert what he needs? To piggyback off your question. To piggyback off of
Mike Williams.
No, Mike Evans. Excuse me. I apologize.
Mike Evans. Oh, absolutely. You pair Mike Evans with Keenan Allen, but I do think I won't
too redundant
Mike Evans, but I do think that they need more of a speedster wide receiver that can get separation downfield, vertical threat. I wouldn't prefer Mike Williams, but if they can get someone like that, bro, I actually would like.
You don't know who that is, Donnie.
Okay. Another quick question. I have to ask you this. Like I said, this is no shade. Why would you want Bill Belichick to bring the quote unquote Patriot way to San Diego? I mean, the Los Angeles. Because the thing is, he's going to bring his staff. He's going to bring those coordinators. You know that they're incompetent right now. They are incompetent. I don't care what anybody tells you. He's more than likely since Josh McDaniel lost his job. Do you really want a Josh McDaniels or a Matt Patricia or a Bill O'Brien coaching? And like I said, this is no shade. I'm just asking a legitimate question. Do you want any of those coordinators coaching that quote unquote generational talent that you have in a quarterback of Justin Herbert? Is that what you really want? I'm just asking.
If Bill Belichick wants to come over there and just coach, which I don't think he's going to do, but if he does accept him to do that, right, and accepting a lesser role on the Chargers team, then I absolutely want it. But if he come in there and want to be a GM role and he wants to pick the talent, pick his staff and stuff like that, absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, like I stated, that's what Bill Belichick is going to want. And do you want his staff?
I said no.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just asking because the thing is with that staff, I think that will more or less, and y'all can stop me if you want to. If they hire Bill Belichick and that staff, that's going to stunt Justin Herbert's growth, in my humble opinion. That's going to stunt whatever growth he has left.
Yo, real quick. You know what cracks me up though? I got to bring this up. Yeah, I swear, whenever we talk about quarterbacks, the only quarterback in Mookie's eyes that doesn't have a top 5 defense is Justin Herbert. There's like 15 quarterbacks in Mookie's eyes that got a top 5 defense.
No.
Well, what about the Browns, right?
No, I'm saying out of the elite quarterbacks, all of them quarterbacks have better defense than Justin Herbert.
That's true.
Nothing cracked me up more. I was listening to Gridiron.
I'm not gonna lie. I gotta address this, bro. Because Tommy is playing cool, but y'all be so damn disingenuous. Because when Danny was playing, everybody was out, and then we was playing the fucking top 5 teams in the league. Tommy's been playing the Patriots, the Commanders, and the Packers. Like, chill. He's.
Bro, you were just hyping up Tommy DeVito.
No, the fuck I wasn't.
Yes, you was.
No, I wasn't.
I'm gonna ask you guys this. I gotta ask you guys this.
I said in the dream situation, dream scenario, because we can actually still can quote unquote make the playoffs. Because I wholeheartedly believe we're gonna beat your sorry ass Saints on Sunday.
No, I'm not.
We're gonna beat.
That's gonna be a blowout.
Okay.
You're beating the Eagles.
Okay, Wookie,
That's gonna be a blowout.
This is gonna be the game.
Y'all just lost to my team, bro.
This is going to be the game that G Baby turns into a Jaguar fan, and you're going to be a.
He's already a Jaguar fan.
You're about to be a full-on Chargers fan.
He disowned him. Now, like I said, so we gotta start disrespecting Daniel Jones. Like, it was one point of his career where we were saying he was on that level or better. Like,
you said that. No
one said that.
I didn't say that.
I never said that.
I didn't say that, but I'm saying that's what Giant fans were saying.
No. You said no. Wait, time out. No. You said that Dak and Daniel Jones are comparable. All I said was I thought that if the O-line got better, Daniel Jones can have a huge breakout year, which he didn't for his ACL. Come on, bro. Mookie
said he was wrong about that, though. Yo, real quick. Yo, what cracked me up was Mookie on Gridiron yesterday said that people looked at the Chargers as a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
That had me dead. Last season, that is.
Last year.
last year
I'm gonna tell you
Last
what
year
I'm gonna tell you what the talks were last year. Last year was like Justin Herbert make it to the playoffs, throw 4,000 yards, had a great year last year, right? People were sitting there saying, okay, the Chargers and Chiefs game, they came down close. If Justin Herbert can beat Trevor Lawrence and then see Patrick Mahomes in the divisional round, he has the opportunity of getting to the AFC Championship game. People were saying the Bengals, you know what I'm saying, on how well they be playing the Chiefs and how well they match up with them. They can get to the Super Bowl. I mean, everybody, we had comparity. Like we had multiple teams in the AFC that can actually get to the Super Bowl. Now when we're looking at this version of the AFC, it's watered down, bro. It's teams that are in the playoffs who plays good through like stretches at time, and then they have really, really bad losses for 2-game stretch. Then we see teams that they're supposed to be that good are losing these games where I'm like, come on, bro, are you showing that you a contender? Like the Dolphins, they losing to the freaking goddamn Titans, bro. That is unacceptable. And the Dolphins supposed to be a number 1 seed. They're supposed to be a top 2 seed, losing to the Titans like this. I mean, we're seeing the Packers who are in the playoff contention lose to the Giants, one of the worst teams in the NFL. It's like it's a lot of inconsistency.
You know what's crazy? It's
it's
crazy.
just not good.
Y'all
bro.
are going to be one of the worst teams in the fact that we beat y'all, but not because we about to wrap it up. Because I can't wait, Mookie, and I can't wait to blow your damn phone up when y'all.
Oh, hey, Derek Carr
You're
is
gonna
throwing
be
for
sick.
340 yards against that defense
Come on
as well. And on top of
Whoa,
that,
whoa.
and on top of that,
Wait, come on. You're talking about the same man at halftime who had 28 attempts with 37 yards?
What team he played?
Derek Carr? I'm talking about your last game versus the Panthers. He had hella passing attempts, only 37 yards. So this is what we're going to do, Mookie. We're going to put the
He gonna have a lot of yards, but he ain't gonna throw no
Mookie, how
touchdown.
much you want to bet? How much you want to bet that Derek Carr gets 300 yards against us?
He'll get 300 yards, but he ain't gonna get no touchdown. I can guarantee you that.
Hey, I can tell you this. Derek Carr's going to
3 interceptions. He'll probably throw 3 interceptions.
Hey, Derek Carr.
You wish you had Derek Carr on your team.
Hey, Derek Carr's going to play like Derek Carr's going to play like shit, and then this time next week, Mookie's going to sit up here and say, "Man, Pete Carmichael, man."
Yeah,
Pete Carmichael is terrible, bro.
He's going to blame it on Pete Carmichael.
But like I said, Cal,
and it'll start off by saying, like I sat there and said, Pete goddamn Carmichael.
I'm gonna tell y'all something.
I just want to say,
I'm gonna tell y'all this. Everybody in the NFC playoffs right now, if you telling me who do they want to come out the NFC, who do they don't want to see to come out the NFC South, they're gonna say it's the Saints. They do not want to see that defense.
All right, bro. Y'all get beat by a quarterback. Bro, time out. I have to say something. Wait a minute. Wait a whole minute.
I'm gonna say
You are aware that y'all lost to a quarterback that has the
Just stay off.
Y'all lost to a quarterback that literally turned over the ball 4 times in my Atlanta Falcons. Desmond Riddler ain't worth the salt in the bread, and you still lost against him. So what are we talking about here? You couldn't put up. Desmond Riddler cannot score.
Riddler's crazy.
We literally
because he couldn't stop the run in the second half.
We literally had to get on the board when we played against the New York Jets in 13 and scored 13 points and hold on for dear life the entire game.
But wasn't Derek Carr driving the ball impressively against y'all defense, bro? Was he not slinging that rock?
He did not even score.
Okay, so because he's a bad red zone
all of the
quarterback.
garbage yards that you would like to. You didn't score over 15 points, and you didn't score a touchdown.
Okay, how many points did y'all score? How many points did y'all score?
Hey, champ. Hold on. Hold on, Mookie. Hey, Mookie, we're gonna continue this.
Yeah, he's talking about the Falcons.
We gotta continue this next week because we gotta head out. Because I appreciate y'all pulling up, bro. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, bro. What's his name, bro? Make sure y'all keep tuning into the VIP rooms. I'm gonna get some more people that's gonna be lit. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, because that shit might get hectic. We about to rank Heisman winners from 2010 and up. So that shit I might drop it a little bit down so we can slander Tim Tebow. But yeah, that's gonna be Tim
Tebow better than Burrow.
Come on, man.
You said what?
Tim Tebow is better than Burrow. I tried.
Yeah, deuces. Yeah, it's about that time to wrap it up. About that time, yo, that's crazy. But yeah, I appreciate you coming out, bro. Hey, tune in tomorrow, bro. We out, bro. Peace.
Roll it.